Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Stadium for the regular season finale as the International Falls Broncos take on the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Tim Ringhofer joined by George Frake and Randy Anderson here for the season finale between these two teams as the Rangers come in with a 3-4 record and the Broncos come in with a 2-5 record. This game has lots of implications, folks, as far as where these teams are going to be playing in the playoffs. We were just discussing it off the air. The winner of this game, we believe, gets the number 2 seed and gets obviously a bye next Tuesday's first round of the playoffs. The loser of this game, well, I think if it's Crosby-Ironton, they lose, they're going to be the 3 seed. I don't think that they fall to 4 or 5. For the Broncos, if they lose, they could fall into that 4th spot and be playing at home on Tuesday night against Hinckley-Finlayson. Hinckley-Finlayson, they're taking on Mesabi East. They're in 4th and 5th place right now in the section. So lots of things that are going to play out here tonight, and I'm hoping that we'll be getting some updates from Hinckley-Finlayson as we go along the way here this evening and with Mesabi East. Well, guys, George, this is a game here between two teams that, well, they're pretty familiar. They got to play twice last year, the Broncos winning both games. And the previous year, during the COVID year, Crosby came up here and won in the playoffs. So these two teams are familiar with each other.
Well, they are. And I'll tell you, Crosby-Ironton, they got a good group of kids here. They've got good size in the line. They've got good speed. And they run kind of an option pass type offense and a real slick quarterback. You have to be smooth to run that offense, and he is.
Well, I think the Crosby-Ironton fans listening to us on Skeeter 105, we're happy to have you along as well. And you're fortunate. I think you should feel fortunate, or they need to know your football team was just a tad bit late. They took a wrong turn and ended up in Hill City. Just a little bit off the beaten path. So they showed up here about 5:40, and they're out on the field. They're getting their warm-ups in. Coach Brian Surstead, he's like, we're all right. We're here to play football. They know what to do. We're going to get out and take care of business. You're listening to the Hometown Hobby and Crafts pregame show. Have you checked out Hometown Hobby and Crafts' large array of merchandise? Not only do they have everything to make your school or craft project the best it can be, but they also have so much more. They've got puzzles, baking, the largest supply of yarn in International Falls, and they've got sales, it seems like, going on all the time. Stop and see Hometown Hobby and Crafts at 327 3rd Street in downtown International Falls. Don't forget, you can give me a text at 218-324-3053. Who's going to score the first touchdown for the Broncos in this game? And while you've got your phone out, why don't you dial 218-283-3444 or order online at Domino's.com to get your favorite pizza, chicken wings, pasta, or a sandwich. The winner or winners will receive a $5 gift certificate to Domino's. We're going to take a break here on the Hometown Hobby and Crafts pregame show, and when we come back, we'll listen to the interview I did with head coach of the International Falls Broncos, that is Seth Edestead. You're listening to Bronco and Crosby-Ironton Ranger football on Skeeter 101.5 and on Lakes Country 100.41 in the Falls. You also can watch it online with video at yourliveevent.com. We'll take a 60-second commercial.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sports guidance. Rainy Lake Medical Center's advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year from Rainy Lake Medical Center.
At Packaging Corporation of America, we're proud to sustainably manufacture America's top-selling brand of paper right here at our International Falls Mill. PCA is committed to U.S. manufacturing, environmental excellence, and providing great support to the many events that make our community unique, including the International Falls Bass Championship. At Packaging Corporation of America, we make more than paper. We make a difference.
Back to the pregame show, being joined by head coach Seth Edestead. Coach, let's talk a little bit about last Friday night, the game at Rush City, a 52-20 loss. Try to put a bow on it and tell us what your thoughts are a few days later.
Rush City, very good team, nice coaching staff, good program. Had a lot of seniors. Have had an undefeated season so far. I think they have to go to Moose Lake, though, this week, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyway, a lot of seniors. We came down. We got some interesting news on the way down regarding our linebacker and wide receiver, McGonigal, which just kind of threw some other things off with other injuries that we're trying to rehab. So was a trickling effect of switching positions last moment, but to be honest, I think we came out with our heads down already, and the joy in all of that was by the end of the game, we were playing some second-string groups, and they were able to get a couple extra points on the board by the end, and that always gets the kids excited. So,
Yeah, long trip, and you had, I'm sure, time on the way home to discuss and get things ready in your mind, because it's a short week as we get ready for Crosby-Ironton here tonight. I'm sure you've been scoping out the film on the Rangers. What do you know about CI?
Well, they do have some speed. They can throw the ball. They run the ball. They have counters and misdirection. They have a big fullback, kind of a jack of all trades. They're number 44. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name at the moment, but he is a great athlete. He's been a great athlete for them. We know that he had an injury over the course of the summer, and we know that he hasn't been carrying the ball as much as he has in the past. However, it's season end. We have to treat this like a playoff game. They're going to treat it like a playoff game because it's going to define playoffs. So they're going to probably treat him like full go. So we got to be just flying around and ready.
Talk about what you got to do offensively to not that 20 points on the board last week was bad, but you only had 6 at the end of the third quarter. I'm sure you'd have liked to see more times into the end zone, because at the end of the day, you had guys almost 300 yards of offense.
Yeah, I mean, we did move the ball quite a bit, and a lot of it was on the ground. Crandall had a great game. He always does. He had his first fumble of the season, which was, we looked at him, and what's he had? Well over 100 carries, and he finally, almost 1,000 yards, and his first fumble that he lost, which we were down low there, so we were in scoring position. They had I thought it was a horrible pass interference on him that would have put us again in great field position. So we were down low. Anyway, moving on. They might have seen what Rush City ran on defense and try to put 2 high safeties, and if that's the case, we're going to run the rock. What we do is based off the box count, and if our opponent only has 4, 5, 6 guys in the box, we're probably going to run. If they put 7, we're going to pass. So Crosby's done both, and we're going to play a little bit of checkers and chess to play with that box count, and just try to exploit them.
You guys probably ran more 2 backs in the backfield last Friday than maybe you have all season. Was that due to the injuries and changes in personnel, or was it something that you felt like gave you a better chance to do what you needed to do in the ball game? It
gave us a better chance. They didn't adjust their count. We were expecting them to put a 7th man again in the tackle box, run a 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers. They did not. They stuck with that, 5 or 6 people. So just by math, if we have 5 or 6 blockers and they only have 5 or 6 people, our opponent, then we should have a free release. So they didn't make that adjustment. So if we're going to be able to have more guys than them in a particular area, we're going to do that.
Doesn't sound like you're going to get any of the players back that missed last week, so that gives your kids a couple of practices anyway to get used to those new positions. And are you going to keep most everybody in the same positions that we saw them in on Friday night? Yeah, we are going to adjust our defense a little bit back to what we'll call more of our base kind of look. We've had a 6-man front the last few games, especially with Hinckley and Rush City, where we're going to kind of spread things back out a little bit. But going back to our base might help familiarize ourselves a little bit. And then also, Jake Olson now has had 3 days of reps at linebacker rather than corner. His replacement, Torin, has been able to have those reps out at corner, and then just not having that last second change. We're always ready and flexible for anything, but just having those reps and having that experience and talking to your teammates about coverages, that helps a ton. Coach, good luck. Thank you. That is head coach of the International Falls Broncos. That is Seth Edestead joining us there for the Up North Builders coaches interview. Expert construction in International Falls. They've got planning, they've got management, and they've got experience, and it makes a difference. Up North Builders. And we're getting closer and closer. I look out. The teams are still warming up. We got about 15 minutes till the start of this game. We're going to take a 1-minute break here. When we come back, we're going to listen to the interview I did with head coach of the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. That is Brian Surstead. You are listening to Rangers and Broncos football on Lakes Country 104.1 in International Falls and on Skeeter 101.5 in the Crosby-Ironton Ranger area. We'll take that break. We'll come back with that interview with head coach Brian Surstead.
New vehicles coming in at Ekman GM of International Falls. Check this out. New 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive. Sale price $65.70. And this new 2022 GMC Yukon XL four-wheel drive SLT. Price to move at $72,770. And this 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive Pro. Sale price $45,745. GMC, we are professional grade. GMC. Find out more at EkmanIFalls.com. Lakes Gas would like to help you have some peace of mind this fall as we head towards the winter months. Now is a good time to get ahead and beat the cold weather demand and have your propane tanks filled up. Have peace of mind knowing that your tanks are full and ready to heat the house when the cold weather and the heating season gets here. Give Lakes Gas a call today to get your propane tanks filled. For all your propane needs, call Lakes Gas at 283-3035 or visit them online at lakesgas.com.
A little wrong turn on the way up here. Is everything okay?
We're good to go. Yeah, I took a little scenic route up here.
Little less time to get ready for the game, but
Yeah.
you don't think it's going to bother you guys.
No, we're ready to go. So the kids are. I think we took a charter bus for the first time in a long time. So the kids got to ride in style a little bit and get that experience. So got a little bit more time on there. So we're good to go. So.
Talk about your team. What kind of team are they? How would you describe them to somebody?
Oh, they work hard every day in the weight room. They're getting better at it in the classroom and on the field. They love being around each other, so it's kind of fun to see it coming together. Won the last two, took care of business, won the turnover battle, and we're coming around, so it's fun to see.
Talk about the kids who lead your team.
Our seniors are awesome. We got 11 of them, so a few more than last year. Got most of our starters back from last year, so it's nice to see them turn that corner and start the O-line and D-line. They're controlling the line of scrimmage, and a lot of those guys are seniors, so it's fun to see.
At the end of the day, you'd say you're a running team, a passing team, you want to be 50-50. What kind of attitude do you have offensively?
Depends on the night. We're about 50-50, I think, right now. It complement each other. I think our runs open up our pass a little bit more towards the end of the season. In the past, we've been more of a throwing team, and I think we got the horses up front to run the ball now. So,
I was talking with some fans in Rush City last week, and they called your team physical, very physical. Would you agree with those folks?
It kind of gives me the chills because that's what we want to be. We want to be physical up front, and we want to run the ball, and we want to stop the run. And I think we're gearing up for the section playoffs, and we're doing a really good job stopping the run. So,
talk about your scouting report on the Broncos.
We got. They want to throw the ball, but we also got to stop the run. Their counter tray, they do a really good job of running that, and they work their butts off. So they get the most out of their guys. So that's I think one thing year in and year out. They're physical, and they work hard, and they don't give up until the end. So
one key thing that's got to happen tonight for Crosby to get a win.
We got to win the turnover battle, and that's kind of been the name of the game. Against the two games that we lost, the last four is turnovers against Chisholm and Moose Lake. We lost by 6 both games, and it was a turnover battle. So we got to win that to be successful tonight.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
Dwayne. Stadium here as we get closer. Sorry about the issues, and we apologize if you are listening down on the Skeeter 101.5. As well, sometimes you deal with internet issues, and we should be back on. And Tom, if I hope that you're picking me up here, you can hear me. We should be coming back here. Everything should be good. We got dropped out of our call, and so we're ready to go here. It's time for our keys to the game, and I should go back and say that that coach's interview with Brian Surstead was brought to you by Up North Builders, Expert Construction in International Falls, Planning, Management. Time for our keys of the game. We turn it over to George Frake. For those, they are brought to you by Rainy Lake Houseboats. It's located on the Minnesota-Ontario border on magnificent Rainy Lake. It's where the highways end and the ancient waterways begin. Rainy Lake Houseboats offers amazing Minnesota houseboat vacations on Rainy Lake in Voyageurs National Park. Give them a call, 1-800-554-9188. George, keys of the game for both teams.
The CI Rangers, they have a sometimes option pass. It's just sometimes option play type thing, but they like to they like a traditional formation led by, and they have a fullback, 6'4", 240-pound Dylan Clanchar, and he's a real tank, and he's actually a key to their running offense, and they have to negate him. He is a plow horse. The Rangers run a 4-4 defense. They've got good size and speed. The Broncos are going to have to, in order to be successful, are going to have to get some of their short passes completed and loosen up that because they have 8 people in the box. So between knocking down that big fullback and successfully passing the ball, that's pretty much simple. And then you have to take a look at turnovers and also special teams.
Yep, there we got all those are your keys to the game, brought to you by Rainy Lake Houseboats on magnificent Rainy Lake. It's time for the starting lineups, and they are brought to you by the Sports Shop for honest service and fair prices on bikes, hockey equipment, and more. Come to the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. The Broncos are going to be receiving, so we're going to give their offense when we get to that, but let's give you the starting defense for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. Starting at a defensive line position will be number 78, Darren Ports. Number 77, Gabe Wendorski, Number 54, Will Meyer. And number 10, Elio Mendoza. Your linebackers are going to be number 32, Gabriel Ridlin. Number 44, Dylan Clancher. And number 14, Jacob Millsop. Your safeties, number 24, Braden Holmvig. And number 8, Amari Hafner. And starting at the corners, number 18, Carter Decent. And number 21, Jason Anderson. And those are your starting defensive players for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. And looking over at the International Falls Broncos, a little change in that offensive line. Number 70, Lucas Hollis is going to start at the left tackle. Number 74, Kenyon Olsen will be the guard. Your center is Cooper Jensen. Number 75. Number 76 is Seth Lynch. He is the right guard, and your right tackle is going to be Brody Carlson. Your split ends, on one side you'll have number 84, Torrin Thompson, and number 82, Hendricks Torgerson. And in the slots, you're going to have number 88, Landon Budgers, and number 13, Kane Thompson. Your starting quarterback will be number 15, Cody Joslin, and your running back in the backfield, number 44, Cooper Crandall, and that is your starting lineup for both teams. It's brought to you by the Sports Shop for honest service and fair prices on bikes, hockey equipment, and more. Come to the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. We're up here in the nice, toasty, warm Rainy River Campus, Minnesota North College Press area. You can start your voyage at Rainy River Campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River Campus, Minnesota North College. Give them a call, 218-285-7722. Down on the sideline, we've got Randy Anderson, and he heard me. I can see that. So And he did. And Randy, what do you think are the keys to the game from your spot down on the sideline?
Seems to me it's Falls has to stop CI's ground game. With that size they've got at fullback and the big linemen they have, they've got to be in there and be down and dirty and try to stop them.
I would agree with you. I think you guys have kind of hit it on the head. That's what we're going to be looking at for the coming up here. It's time for our rules of the game, brought to you by Beyond Aesthetics at 3426 County Road 21. Is your place to go to give yourself a pampering hour or day. Call Beyond Aesthetics at 218-540-0149 or go to beyondaesthetics.com to make an appointment or find out what they can do for you. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. We're going to go with a quick rules of the game this week, kickoffs and touchbacks. Any kick that breaks the plane of the end zone in high school football is a dead ball and a touchback. NFL and NCAA players have the opportunity to return a caught ball out of the end zone. So there is your rule of the game. Again, that is brought to you by Beyond Aesthetics at 3426 County Road 21. it is your place to go to give yourself a pampering hour or a day, maybe with a Christmas coming up, maybe a gift idea right there for your significant other. Again, you can call them at 218-540-0149. It's time for our national anthem. It's brought to you by Einerson Flying Service of International Falls, who has been serving the borderland area since 1948. Thor and his staff are proud Americans and proud to be serving our community. And there is your national anthem, brought to you again by Einerson Flying Service of International Falls, serving our community since 1948. And again, happy to have everybody along on Skeeter 101.5 down in the Crosby-Ironton, Brainerd Lakes area. And we're on 104.1 up here in the Falls on Lakes Country. So we're ready for this regular season finale, the 3-4 Crosby-Ironton Rangers against the 2-5 Broncos. Again, big game here because the winner of this one probably gives themselves the number 2 seed in the playoffs. And the loser of this game, like I said, I think if it's Crosby, maybe dips them down as low as 3 only. I think that's as far as they would go. But if we've got, with the Broncos, a loss here dips them possibly out of that 3rd spot down as low as 4. I don't think they could fall to 5. But that's what we've got going on. And, of course, the other game going on tonight that of interest is Hinckley-Finlayson at Mesabi East. Crosby-Ironton is going to be kicking off. It will be number 13. That is Nate, and I got to make sure I get this right. It's Hashi, and he will kick off right to left across your radio dial, or if you're watching us on your live event, you can see that he lines up on the near hash. Back deep for the Broncos, you've got Cooper Crandall and Zach Yuso, and we're ready.
Falls did win the toss, and they elected to receive.
Okay, thank you. And so we are ready for high school football here as we wait for the officials' whistle. You can hear the band in the background, and as soon as we get that whistle, we are ready for high school football. It is on the way, and it is going to go right through the legs of Kane Thompson. It's going to be picked up by Zach Yuso at the 27. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll be taken down at about the 34 or 33-yard line. We'll see where the officials decide to let that one go, but the return there of approximately 6 yards. They'll put them at the 33-yard line. That's where the Broncos will start 1st and 10. And the Broncos, of course, no huddle. They come right up to the line of scrimmage. Those of you from Crosby-Ironton need to be aware of that. But we've got your starters already in, and hopefully when we change possession, we'll get to those starters on the other side of the ball. The Broncos come up with 2 receivers on each side of the formation. Joslin has Crandall to his left. 4-man line for the Rangers. In motion is Thompson across the formation to the wide side of the field. Joslin's going to throw to the far side of the field and just outside of the reach of Landon Budrus. He was open on the far side of the field, but the throw from Joslin just a little bit deep. And so the Broncos will have 2nd and 10 coming up from the 33-yard line. Which one do we want to call? We'll see where the official, he's 5 yards. He's 5 yards off the mark.
I like that play call.
You don't.
You know, he got to the slats, and they're spreading out that defense a little bit.
Joslin takes the snap with Cooper Crandall to his right. He hands it off right up the middle. He gets to the 35, breaks a tackle, turns back to the inside, and he's going to be stopped at about the 38-yard line. We'll give Crandall a gain of approximately 5 yards, and it'll bring up 3rd and 5 for the Broncos on the opening possession of this game. As the clock now moving after the incomplete pass, it was not. And so, again, we're happy to bring this game to you. Again, this regular season finale. No wind out there at all, so not a bad night to be playing football. Maybe a little cool if you're sitting in the stands. 2 wide receivers each side, and I believe Crosby-Ironton jumped offside on the hard count. And I'm looking at the sticks, that is going to be a first down for the Broncos on that play. So we'll take advantage of that. How about we say it that way for the Broncos? And so The Broncos will move it out to the 43-yard line where they will have 1st and 10. So they have the first down of this game.
Yeah, that was big old Gabe Windowski. Just couldn't hold himself back.
Yeah, his friend there in the middle there, number 50. Well, I'll see if I can figure it. 54. That is Will Meyer. He was just as aggressive out there as well. Yeah. The Broncos will go 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Again, the Broncos going left to right in this first quarter. The ball on the near hash. Snap was low. Crandall had to wait for the handoff, and he's going to be throwing for a big loss here all the way back to the 39-yard line. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards on the play for Crandall, and that snap from Cooper Jensen was down at the ankles, maybe even rolled in a little bit to Joslin, and that just messed up the timing. And it even looked like the offensive line for the Broncos maybe was a little off kilter there. That flag is brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175 for a ride in the International Falls area. 3 wide receivers to the far side. They're going to throw it out of the Broncos right through the hands of Thompson, as that maybe was a bit high on the little short hook pattern that he was running, about a 5-yard pattern there. So the Broncos 0 for 2 in the throwing department here, and now is going to bring up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 14 for the Broncos. Yeah, they put the ball on the 40-yard line, so they're going to be 3rd and 13 here for the Broncos, as that was just a 3-yard loss. So 3rd and 13 coming up for the Falls. They stay with those 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Snap, Joslin drops back, looks deep down the near side, looking for Hendricks Torgerson, and it just overthrows him along the near sideline. So the Broncos now in a punting situation on this first possession of the ball game, as it will be 4th and 13, and Budrus will line up to punt this one away. So the Crosby-Ironton defense gives a first down via the penalty, but the Broncos unable to use that to advantage after that low snap. Back deep for Crosby-Ironton. That is number 18, I believe. That is Decent. Back there, he's standing on his own 35-yard line. Snap a little bit high, but Budrus catches it, sends it on its way. Decent catches that to 31, fumbles it, picks it back up at the 29, turns to his right to the far side of the field. Now he's going to try to outrun the Bronco defense, but Torrin Thompson and Zach Yuso will come up with the tackle on the punt return, as Decent will be brought down at about the 30, well, looks like about the 32-yard line. So that's about where he muffed that punt at. And we'll start for Crosby-Ironton there first. They're going to mark it at the 33-yard line. So a return officially of 2 yards after the punt of 29 yards. And with 10:23 remaining in the first quarter, no score on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Shotgun. Flanker to the far side of the field, a slot, and a white split end to the near side of the field. Shotgun for the Rangers. This is a handoff on the jet for number 21 there for Crosby. He breaks a tackle, and he's out near midfield, and he's going to have a first down. That is Jason Anderson, who, well, I didn't have down as one of the starters. That's why he kind of shocked me with that one. I had to kind of look that up. He's going to have a gain out across midfield. He is going to be into Bronco territory at the 49-yard line. So let's call it a gain of 18 yards for Crosby-Ironton on first down, and they are into Bronco territory. They come up. This time they'll stay with the shotgun with the quarterback, number 7. That is Colby Severson. He's going to throw out in the flat, and that is going to be off the hands of the intended receiver. And I believe that was number 21 on the far side of the field there. And so he was looking for Anderson. And we'll have 2nd and 10 coming up for the Rangers from the Bronco 49-yard line as they come up formation here now. If you look at it, they're going to be, well, I thought there was going to be 2 running backs, but just one in the backfield. That is going to be Ridlin. He gets the handoff. No, it's the quarterback going to keep it, trying to get to the outside. The Broncos are there, and it's a good job by the quarterback there, number 7, Severson, to get back near the line of scrimmage. He's going to be brought down for a loss of 3 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 13 for the Rangers back at their own 48-yard line. 9:35 and counting remaining in this first quarter. No score, as this is the first possession for Crosby-Ironton after they forced the Bronco punt. If you're just joining us here on Skeeter 101.5 or on Lace Country 104.1. Rangers come up with a tight end on the near side of the field. I-backs, first time that Severson goes under center. Barks out the signals, turns around, hands it off. Ridlin coming to the near side, breaks 1 tackle, breaks a 2nd tackle, and finally going to be brought down by Cooper Crandall along the near sideline. They're going to mark him out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. So it's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. It'll bring up 4th and 2 after the carry there of 11 yards. And so we'll see what the Brian Surstead and his staff decide to do here on their opening possession. And it looks like Severson has run to the sideline. He's going to come back, and he is going to not be in a punt formation here. It does not look like to me. As here come the Rangers, as they go with a flanker to the far side of the field, split end to the near side. Ball's on the near hash, 4th and about 2.5 as I look at it on the sticks. Turn around. This is going to be Ridlin. He's got a big hole. He's got the first down and more, and he's down near the 30-yard line where he'll be brought down by Cooper Crandall. But it's a first down for the Rangers as Ridlin will be brought down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 10 yards on 4th and 2, and the Rangers keep their opening possession going here in the first quarter. As the going out of the game now is going to be Clancher. He heads in big number 44, so that tells me we're probably going to the spread a little bit more. As they are, there'll be 2 receivers to the near side, and we're going to get a illegal substitution. They had too many men in the huddle. This flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. And is it against the Broncos? Did I get that? Did I not wait close enough? Yeah, it is against CI. He was turning around and talking to Coach. I thought maybe there was going from there. So the Broncos will be 1st and 15. They actually put the ball looks like it was on the 31. Somehow they marked 5 yards off, and it's back under the 35-yard line only. So 1st and about 14, I'm going to call it after the 5-yard penalty. I know that doesn't make sense, folks, but just bear with me. Ridlin. No, this is going to be the quarterback, Severson. He's into the meat of the defense, and he's wrapped up by big tackle, number 76, Seth Lynch. And Parker Olson, don't get a penalty there if you're a Bronco fan. We'll call it a gain of 2 yards for Severson. And it'll bring up 2nd and about 12 for the Rangers from the Bronco 33-yard line. 7:45 and counting remaining here in the first quarter. No score on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one today at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. Some changes in the lineup as they look like they maybe are going to go with a little bit bigger package with some bigger folks in the lineup. We'll see if I got my assessment correct. As Severson is going to go under center here. He's got a flanker to the far side, splits to the near side. I believe in the backfield there. We're going to have, there's going to be a drop back pass. No play action, looking over the middle, flicking it, and intercepted. Let's see, is it?
It is.
It is by Hendricks Torgerson. He comes up with the interception there for the Broncos as that throw by Severson. They were looking for Millsap down the slot there, and the interception there by number 82. That is Hendricks Torgerson. And so the Broncos turn the ball over for the Rangers as the Broncos will take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. So a couple of possessions, one for each team here as the Broncos will come up. They are going to go nobody in the backfield. It's empty. 2 wide receivers to the far side, 3 wide receivers to the near side, and you've got the ball on the far hash here. Joslin, this has been a running situation for Joslin. We'll see if that's the case here. Crandall comes in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Joslin goes up the middle, and he's going to get a short gain, maybe a yard or 2, depending upon which official gets the mark. I'm going to say he's got a gain of 2, and it's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Broncos here as we go under 7 minutes remaining, as the bucket's now going around in the stands, as that was a turnover. They pass those around looking to help raise money here in International Falls. The Broncos are going to stay with 3 wide receivers to the near side now, but Cooper Crandall, he goes into the backfield to the left of Joslin. It's 2nd and about 8. Going to throw it out in the flat. Thompson catches it there, and it's a great job there by number 14, Millsap, as he breaks through 2 Bronco blockers, and he is going to throw Thompson down for a loss. They're going to put him back inside the 15-yard. Well, they'll put him right on the 15-yard line. So it's just going to be a loss of 2 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 10 now. So Crosby-Ironton doing very well defending the pass thus far in this game. Broncos will go 3 wide receivers now to the far side of the field. The ball on the near hash, so lots of room over there. Torgerson singled up on the near side with Anderson, the corner, on the near side for the Rangers. Joslin drives back, looking for the screen. Catches it. He's Crandall. He's got blockers in front. And he ran outside of those blockers. He's going to get out to the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 6 yards. And he needed to be a little more patient, not use all of his speed.
Right now, he ran out his coverage.
And he needed to turn that one to the left a little bit. I understand sometimes you get out there and you want to get going, but not what the Broncos needed there. They're going to come up short they're going to give them 7 yards on the completion, so it's going to bring up 4th and 3 from the Broncos from their own 22-yard line. Decent. He's standing on midfield. He takes the punt here from Budrus. It's going to land at about the 48 of the Broncos, and then it's going to roll into Crosby-Ironton territory. It's going to come dead as Hendrik Torgerson trying to wave it along.
Talk to it.
It comes to rest at the 40-yard line, so that's a punt of 38 yards with no return. And CI, after the turnover, gets a 3-and-out, and they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 40. We're going to go back to that interception by Hendrik Torgerson. We're going to give that the Northern Lumber interception of the game. Free estimates, delivery to your worksite, and paint matching. Northern Lumber, everything to build anything, located on Highway 53 at 307th Street in International Falls. So the Rangers with their second possession of the game. No score here. 5:15 remaining in quarter number 1. The Rangers, they're going to go with 2 wide receivers to the far side. They've got a tight end on the near side of the field. They got Ridlin as the fullback, and your tailback is number 27. That is Rydberg. And now we've got a whistle as the far line judge is going to come over and talk to the referee, and I'm not sure what they're going to be talking about. We've seen number 44, Dylan Clancher, in the game at times, but not much, and that was kind of what the coaching staff was telling me before the game, George.
Well, no, and he also he plays a pretty good solid linebacker as well, so, he's going to work it. But I tell you, when he is in there, he does take down his lead block. No two ways about it.
Referee is going to be coming over. And the flash photography there. I can see they're talking to the photographer for the Falls, and so they're saying no flash photography, and so that's the deal there. Now we've got I-backs in the backfield. As I mentioned, it's Rydberg is the tailback, Ridlin is the fullback, Severson under center. Whoop, and quarterback Severson stood up to change the play, and his lineman heard that sound, and they went, and it's going to be a penalty here on the Rangers. Another 5 yards here. That penalty brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. So put the ball back on the 35, 1st and 15 coming up for the Rangers. And again, we'll try to, at halftime, when we have our Dent Shop halftime report, we'll try to get you set up on some of those scores that are going on, and we're going to get you the starters here for both teams here after this play, hopefully if Tim remembers. Severson under center, same formation. They're going to run the option. Lots of room for Severson as he goes off tackle, 40. 45, he breaks to the outside. Now he's off to the races. He's down the far sideline. 30, 20, 10. Joslin with a final chance to get him, and he is not going to catch him. It is a 65-yard touchdown run for the quarterback. That is Colby Severson, and the Rangers take the first lead of this ball game as they go up by a score of 6-0. George, what did you see on that play?
Well, I saw a lead fullback going over and the quarterback, instead of handing it to the halfback, just kept it himself because the hole was open. That's, in my mind, what the option is for this offense.
Well, the Rangers will be coming up here for the extra point conversion, and we'll see what they decide to do here. If it's a 2-point play, 1-point play, you don't know. It will be a 2-point play. Severson is going to go under center. He's going to have split backs in the backfield with Clancher and Ridlin. It's going to be a quarterback sneak, and they're just going to push that into the end zone, and it is going to be in for the 2-point conversion. So Severson does all the work on that as he scores the 65-yard touchdown run and adds the 2-point conversion. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. You're listening to Ranger and Bronco football on Skeeter 101.5 and on Lakes Country 104.1. Well, I'm not going to be able to take that commercial, Tom, if you're listening. If you're already in, we'll just keep it right here. But for some reason, we are not logged in anymore, and that's frustrating. George, the Broncos haven't got much going on offense here. What are we expecting to see from the Broncos here on this possession?
After the interception, and I'm thinking, geez, they've 3/4 of the way through the first quarter, and CI hasn't scored yet. Well, a good thing I didn't say that out loud. But they were playing them well, and they're playing pretty solid defense. The thing of it is that you just can't let that option. The hole was wide open. It was huge.
That was a big hole. That looked reminiscent of last week. Nate Hashi ready to kick it off here. Back deep is Crandall and Yuso, Crandall. Yeah, Crandall and Yuso. I got that right. And here comes the kick, and this is going to get beyond Yuso's over his head. He's going to run all the way back to the 5-yard line where he will pick it up there. He comes straight up the field. He takes a big hit right there at about the 20-yard line. That's where they will mark him down there. And the tackle Let's see if I can get his number here. He keeps turning away from me. It's number 78. Finally, I get to see it. That is Darren Ports, the big lineman who gets down there for the tackle.
And this is what we were talking about. They hit hard, and they do.
So the Broncos will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Their third possession of the ball game with 4:56 remaining. Behind Joslin, not alongside of him, is Crandall. Let's see if he gets the handoff. He does. Gets a block. He's out to the 24-yard line, and he's going to fall forward maybe to the 25. They're going to mark him down at the 24. That's a gain of 4 yards for the sophomore running back from International Falls. It'll bring up a 2nd and 6 play coming up here for the Broncos. Broncos have 2 wide receivers to each side of the field, and I told you I was going to give you the starting lineups for the Bronco defense and the Crosby-Ironton offense, but that went away with that one play. Crandall takes another handoff. He's looking off the left-hand side, and he's going to find the going very tough as he is going to be thrown down by Ridlin. And who else comes off the bottom of that pile? That is number 53 for the Rangers. That is Luke Severson. And so no gain. We'll call it a yard gain. George will say we'll give him the 25-yard line. So 3rd and 5. Another third down situation here for the Broncos. 3 wide receivers to the left side of the formation, which is the far side of the field. Lone all by himself over here. Torgerson on the near side. Joslin's going to throw the slant to him. He catches that to 29. He's got the first down, and he's going to be brought down at the 34-yard line. So we'll call it a pitch and run there by Severson, by Torgerson, as he's going to pick up 9 yards on the catch, and the Broncos have a first down there, 2nd of the ball game. 3:50 remaining here as they restart the clock in the first quarter. 8-0. Crosby-Ironton leads it here on your Napa Auto Parts MPCA scoreboard. Handoff. This is Crandall. He's got some room. He breaks a tackle and then falls forward. They'll put him down, at the 39-yard line. That's a tough spot there, George. He fell across the 40-yard line. I feel like he got cheated just a bit. Well, they're going to put him right on the 40-yard line, so they're going to give him 6. We'll take that. 2nd and 4. I feel a little bit better about that spot. They'll stay with 3 wide receivers to the far side, but they're going to bunch them up this time. Crandall is going to stand to the right of Joslin. Torgerson, again, all by himself over here. He is being guarded there by Anderson. This is going to be a pitch to Crandall to the near side, and they were going to get a flag, and both officials threw that there, and you got to believe that is going to be a holding call on one of the offensive linemen. And now the big choice is it's a loss of 2 yards for the Broncos on the run, or a loss of 1, and you're going to say, well, does Crosby-Ironton want to take the play, or do they want to take the hold? And we'll see what they decide to do, and it looks like they're going to walk that penalty off from the, we'll see if they decide to walk it off from the 40-yard line or not, but this is the first penalty of the game on the Broncos. And it's brought to you by Arrowhead Transit. 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. We'll see if the discussion is the same as what we thought, and it is going to go right back to the 30-yard line, so bring up 2nd and 14 for the Broncos. Did you see who had the holding penalty down there, Randy?
Oh, I did not.
Okay. 3 wide receivers again to the far side, and Crosby-Ironton jumps offside.
Off again. We have 5.
So we'll take the 5 back, and jumping offside there are Martin Strom and number 32, Ridlin. He was being aggressive. He looked like he might have been coming from his linebacker position. And again, that flag is brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175. So the Broncos now on the 35-yard line, 2nd and 9 as we seem to be moving back and forth. 3:10 and counting remaining in this first quarter. Crosby-Ironton leading it 8-0. Stay with those 3 wide receivers to the left of the formation. And guess what? Crosby-Ironton just jumped offside. And they're all getting a chance here. This is going to be Kamara. I didn't ask his first name. I should have. I asked about his last name, and I apologize if I'm doing that. So the Broncos right back to the 40-yard line. So 3 penalties back to back, all brought to you by Arrowhead Transit. And now the Broncos right back to 2nd and 4 at their own 40-yard line. Broncos team looks over at the coaches for the signals. Joslin moves Cooper Crandall to his right, but keeps those 3 receivers to the far side of the field. This is going to be a handoff to Crandall. Breaks 1 tackle, and then he's going to be hit by Clancher and Ridlin, and he's going to be thrown down, but not till he gets a gain of a couple of yards. He's out to the 42, and so it'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Broncos from their own 42-yard line as we're going to go under 2.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. As I look to see where they spot the ball, we're going to have to only give them a gain of 1, George. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Got to call it that. That's not there, and they're going to go under center. Is Joslin? Is this the quarterback sneak? Are they going to try to make him jump offside? And looks like they're going to go with the play here. Joslin waiting. Now takes the snap, push forward, and coming from behind the pile and pulling back and pulling Joslin back. Let's see who that is. That is going to be for the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. I think it's number 10. I think that's Mendoza that came in. And, yeah, he pulled Joslin back. He's going to gain of 2 yards, but he's going to be a yard short. So now, big play here. 4th and 1 for the Broncos from their own 43-yard line. And it looks like the Bronco coaching staff has decided they are going for it here. Down 8-0 with 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. They'll keep the 3 wide receivers to the far side. Torgerson, the lone receiver, to the near side. They need 2 feet here, I would say, folks, with Crandall to the right of Joslin. Looks like the blitz is coming from the Crosby-Ironton linebackers in Ridlin and Clancher. Now the Broncos reset. Crandall's going to switch sides, and we'll see if Crosby going to stay aggressive on this 4th and 1. Here comes the blitz. They throw it out to Crandall in the flat. He catches it about the 38, and he's going to come up short. He is not going to have enough, as coming up with the tackle for Crosby-Ironton is going to be Strom, number 66, the defensive end. So we're going to call it, I'm going to say, without looking at, yeah, they're short. No gain on the play, and the Broncos are going to turn it over at their own 43-yard line on downs. And so Crosby-Ironton will have 1st and 10 at the Bronco 43-yard line with 1:16 remaining in the quarter there. And Randy, you were right down there. It looked like he initially had some room, but you got to give Strom credit.
Their defense pursues very, very well. And I was surprised they didn't punt.
I think I agree with you. A place where they could. The Rangers are going to come up with an I backfield. 2 receivers to the far side. Under center is going to be Severson as he's waiting for everybody to get set. Now he's going to move under center. He's going to turn around. He's going to hand this off to Ridlin right up the middle from the fullback position. He's down inside the 40. They're going to mark him at the 36. That's a gain of 7 yards for Ridlin on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Rangers. Going to get you that starting offense for Crosby-Ironton. At the tackle will be Will Meyer, Luke Severson, Darren Ports, Chase Hagee, and Gabe Wendorski are your linemen. Your split end is number 24, Braden Holmvig. Your tight end is number 14, Jacob Millsop. And we'll give you that backfield in a second. After this 2nd and 3rd play from the Bronco 36-yard line, they stay with the same formation, do the Rangers. Hand it off. Ridlin, he's got it again right up the middle, and there's a big hit. And the Broncos, I believe, is Keane Thompson. It is number 13 that comes up with the tackle there, as it was 2nd and 3, and we'll see where they mark him. They're going to give him enough for the 1st down. He gets a gain of 4, so a big hit, but give Redlin credit. Kept those feet chopping, and he comes up with the 1st down. So 1st and 10 for Crosby-Ironton at the Bronco 32. 25 seconds and counting remaining. The Rangers break the huddle, so they'll probably get this play off. They're going to go with 2 tight ends on this, and I see Clancher is the tight end on the near side. Decent becomes the flanker on the near side of the field. I-backs. Turn around. It's a trap play right up the middle, George. We got to love that. And Ridlin does a nice job. Seth Lynch comes up with the tackle for the Broncos, but not before Ridlin gets down to about the 28 or 9-yard line. It's going to be the final play of the first quarter. After 12 minutes, your score, Crosby-Ironton 8, International Falls 0. We'll take a minute timeout, and we'll come back with the second quarter. You're listening on Lakes Country 104.1 and on Skeeter 101.5.
Don, what's going on at Studio B Flooring?
I just want to take the opportunity to thank all of my customers who have supported my business since I opened in 2019. Not only have you purchased flooring from me, but you've also referred your family and friends to stop over and see me.
That's really awesome, isn't it?
You know, isn't it? I couldn't be more grateful, so thank you. Installation is booking out right now, so come in to see me for your winter projects. And when you have an opportunity to stop in and say hello, please do. I truly have the nicest customers, Mike, and I miss all of them.
Studio B Flooring, 240-5599.
Hi, this is Chris Lassila, Vice President and Branch Manager of Border Bank. If you own a business, you know how important having the right banker is to the success of your business. At Border Bank, we are proud to have earned the reputation of caring for our customers' business as if they were our own. We're more than business bankers, we're partners, and our customer success is our ultimate goal. If your business could use that kind of attention, reach out to me to explore what business banking at Border Bank can do for you. We're Border Bank, partnering with Northern Minnesota businesses since 1935. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Sports Stadium for the second quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 7. And during the timeout, George, you were telling me what?
Well, the CI defensive line is really coming hard. And, you have to kind of suck them in a little bit with some screen passes, maybe a draw play, a little something like that. But there's no way that you're going to be able to hold that defensive line back the entire afternoon or entire evening. They're really coming good.
2nd and 7 coming up here for the Rangers on the first play of the second quarter. They lead it 8-0 here on your PCA and Napa Auto Parts scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one today at Napa Auto Parts. They're going to bring Clancher into the backfield as the fullback. Ridlin will now be the tailback. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. 2nd and 7 for CI. Ridlin's going to get the handoff. He's got some blocking. He's going to get to the 25 and give Kane Thompson credit. He buries his head down in between the legs of Ridlin to bring down the big fella at about the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Rangers at the Bronco 24-yard line. Matter of fact, we're going to give them the 23. It'll bring up 3rd and 1, maybe 1.5. We'll see what happens here on this second play of the second quarter. Clancher will stay as the fullback. Ridlin is the tailback. They go to a pro set. They got a flanker and a split end. 3rd and 1. Turn around, hand this off to Ridlin. He's got the first down, and he's at the 20, but here comes the flag, folks, as that was thrown by the referee right at the feet of a lineman, and it is going to be a holding call on the Rangers. Well, this holding call is brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. So we'll see where they back them up from. If they called it that was at the line of scrimmage, they are going to put the ball down right at the 33-yard line, so it's a 10-yard penalty. It'll be 3rd and 11 now for the Rangers instead of 3rd and 1. That is a significant difference, but it is 4-down territory here, so we'll see what happens. Again, we're going to get to the running backs here for CI, hopefully after this play. Now we got a whistle, and the referees want to talk. That will give me a chance to tell you that in the backfield, you got Colby Severson. He's your quarterback. Gabriel Ridlin is the one of the running backs, Dylan Klander, and you got Carter DeCent, who's the flanker, and you also have Evan Rydberg out there. For the Broncos on defense, you've got Brody Carlson, Seth Lynch, Parker Olson, Rennet Godovan, and Cody Joslin, who are the defensive line. Your linebackers, Cooper Jensen and Kane Thompson. And here comes that 3rd and 11 play now as we've got everything straightened away. Under center is Severson. He's going to toss it to Ridlin. He comes to the near side, breaks it north and south. He's going to be down near the 25-yard line before he's going to be brought down there by Crandall and I believe Lynch also coming off the bottom of that pile. They're going to put him at the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Rangers at the Bronco. Well, they put him closer to the 25-yard line. We'll call it 4th and 3. We'll call it a gain of 8. So a big play here as the Rangers bring some maybe bigger personnel in here. We'll see if they decide that they're going to keep this on the ground. 10:45 and counting remaining here in the second quarter. The Rangers lead it 8-0. They'll stay with that I backfield with Clancher the fullback. Ridlin is the tailback. 2 receivers to the far side. Turn around. This is a toss of Ridlin. Same play as the last time. Turns it up. He's got enough for the first down. He's inside the 20. He's dragging a tackler there. That is number 82, Hendricks Torgerson. That's hanging on for dear life and finally gets Ridlin down at the 14. It's a gain of 12 yards. And it's first down for the Rangers at the Bronco 14-yard line as they look to add to their 8-0 lead here in this ball game. So
it's just real simple. They're just following Dylan Clancher, and it's just the hole's wide open.
All right, and the offensive line's got a pretty nice hole there as well. Kind of reminds me of an old football coach we know calling back-to-back plays the same way, and results pretty much the same. Shotgun here now as Severson will have Ridlin to his left. They'll go 2 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. 1st and 10 for the Rangers at the Bronco 14. This is the quarterback, Severson. He's got a hole. He's to the 10, trying to get down near the 5, and he's going to be brought down at the 6-yard line as Cooper Crandall is going to get the stop there. And we'll see what we got some, talking going on between the boys. We'll call it a gain of 7 for Severson on first down. So 2nd and 3 at the Broncos 7-yard line. And coming back into the game is going to be Carter Decent. Brings the play in to the quarterback Severson. 9-4. They got the clock stopped as they are talking with the. Looks like they're talking with the captains here, folks, about maybe the extracurricular, maybe the extra stuff. What are you seeing down there, Randy?
I think that's exactly what you're seeing.
Okay.
They're telling them to cool it.
And all right, so Randy, our sideline reporter down there, appreciate that. That report brought to you by Green Larson Mortuary. Welcome to a place to celebrate life and honor every memory. Go to their website at greenlarson.com. Here come the Rangers. 2nd and 3 from the Broncos 7-yard line. They stay in the shotgun. Ridlin to the left of Severson. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field. This is handed off to Ridlin. He's got a big hole, 5, and there's a flag down, folks. He's in He's short of the end zone, just short. But we've got a flag thrown by the referee. He turns and says it's a block in the back, not a hold. It's a block in the back, and that penalty brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. So they throw the flag down right at about the line of scrimmage, and they're going to mark it off from the 6. So in the end, this is going to be a 9-yard penalty on the Rangers. They'll put it back on the 16. It's a 5-yard penalty. So let's call it technically a 4-yard penalty. So put the ball on the 11. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 for the Rangers. 9.5 minutes remaining in this second quarter. The Rangers, they've got the only score of this ball game on a 65-yard touchdown run by Severson, Colby Severson, and now they put the extra 5 yards.
I was wondering what's a 4-yard penalty.
Well, so now we got that 9-yard penalty, and so now it's second and we'll call it 11 yards from about the Bronco 15.5-yard line. Yeah. So back in the backfield is Clancher. He's the fullback. Ridlin is the tailback.
Follow Clancher.
Yeah, watch 44, and it's the toss going to the far side of the field. Big hole, 10-yard line, 5-yard line, stumbling down inside of the 5. They'll put him at about the 3, and the referee waves his hands to stop the clock because he's got enough for the first down. We'll call it a gain of 13 yards. We're going to put him on the 2-yard line, and the Rangers first and goal from there with just under 9.5 minutes remaining. So the Rangers in business, looking to add to their 8-0 lead here on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. The Rangers break the huddle. Severson will go under center. Clancher the fullback. Ridlin the tailback. I think 32 is going to get this. I just have a feeling.
Bet.
Severson going to be the toss. Well, there was a huge hole for Ridlin.
And he slipped.
And what's the old saying? Cut off the outside foot, not the inside foot. Ridlin tried to cut off the inside foot. He saw that hole, got excited. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play, and he'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Folks, if you're a Crosby-Ironton Ranger fan, he could have walked that thing into the end zone. He didn't need to maybe crank on it quite as hard as he needed to, but it'll bring up 2nd and goal here for the Rangers. Same formation. Going to go to the opposite side. The toss, it's working. Why not? Ridlin, he's into the end zone on the far side as he's going to win the race to the flag, to the pylon, whichever you want to call it, and the Rangers lead it by a score of 14-0 on the 4-yard run, we'll call it officially, for Gabriel Ridlin, and we'll see if the Rangers look to add the 2-point conversion here. As they are in the huddle. Ridlin. Now, hey, he's getting into a groove back there, George.
Yeah, he certainly is.
So this touchdown came with 8:48 remaining. They'll stay with the formation here on with a receiver on both sides, I-backs. And this is going to be Clancher right up the middle, and he's into the end zone easy. The Broncos were all watching Ridlin, and Clancher, he puts it in for the 2-point conversion. That makes it 16-0 in favor of Crosby-Ironton. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. You're listening to Bronco and Ranger football on Skeeter 101.5 and on Lakes Country 104.1.
Rainy.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, it's the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself.
Welcome back here to Sports Stadium. After the turnover on downs by the Broncos at their own 43-yard line, Crosby-Ironton goes 10 plays, 43 yards. So there weren't any real big plays in there. And George was saying during the timeout, you said what, George, to me?
Well, they had so many penalties that they keep on taking 3 steps forward and 5 steps back.
Ashe to kick it off here for the Rangers. He'll kick it off from the far hash. Back deep again is Yuso and Crandall. They're a little deeper this time, as last time Hashi sent it over the head of Yuso. The referee must be talking with somebody over on the Crosby-Ironton sideline because he's just hustling back to get into his position.
He talked to both head coaches again.
I thank you. This kick is down the far sideline. Yuso is going to pick it up at about the 11-yard line. He's going to try to get back to the middle of the field, and he is going to be snowed under, and I believe that's Ports again, number 78. That big fella can run. I don't know. He should be out for track, I think, George.
Well, he sure can put the hit on. In fact, when they said last week that this team could hit, that was an understatement.
Yeah, he came down and I don't think he got touched on that return, as Zach Yuso going to take the abuse on that play. It's a return of 5 yards. The Broncos will start 1st and 10 from their own 17. 8:42 remaining in the second quarter. 16-0. Crosby-Ironton leads it. Broncos come up with 2 running backs in the backfield for the first time in this ball game. This handoff is still going to be to Crandall. He goes off the right-hand side. 20, 25, makes a move, and he's going to have enough for the first down, and I'm not sure how he got through there. I'll tell you how he got through there, because Henrik Torgerson took a penalty. That is how it's going to be. So the flag comes down right at the first down marker. So I think it's going to be a gain of 10 yards and then put the 10 yards back, and the Broncos are going to have 1st and 10, just like the play never happened. This flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. It's a block in the back on the Broncos. So like I said, it's going to be a gain of 10. Well, gain of 11 when Crandall got brought down, but where the flag is at, they're going to put them back 10 yards. And so the Broncos will just do it again. 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line. Randy, did you see anything in particular down there on that play?
Oh, there were so many white bodies in the way I couldn't see the ball carrier at all.
So they're going to put the ball at the 16-yard line. Right about there, about 10.5 yards to go. Broncos will stay. Let's see, yes, I see Parker Olson there in between the guard and the tackle. He's not next to the quarterback. His handoff again is to Crandall. He looks off the right-hand side. They're going a lot tougher this time as the Crosby-Ironton jerseys. And again, some pushing and shoving after the whistle, and the play is allowed to go, and nobody is worse for wear. Crandall's going to pick up maybe a gain of 1. We'll see where they put him down. They're going to put him at the 19, so we'll call it a gain of 2 yards on the play. Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Broncos from their own 19-yard line. 16-0, the Broncos trailing it here on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Broncos will stay with the same formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, 2 running backs in the backfield. Ball on the right hash. Joslin takes the snap, throws it out here to Torrin Thompson. He catches at the 19, moves to the inside, and ooh, that is a huge hit by Ridlin, and here comes the flag. That is going to be a 15-yarder as Ridlin led with the crown of his helmet, and he got a hold of Torrin Thompson up high and possibly in the head area. So after the 4-yard gain on the pitch and catch to Torrin Thompson, then you're going to put 15 more yards on there at the end of the play, and the Broncos will have a 1st and 10 at approximately the 38-yard line. And again, that penalty flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. So the umpire, he's getting ready here, making sure that I'm going 15, and they do call the personal foul here on Ridlin. And I don't think he did anything on purpose there, George. It's just
they hit that hard.
He just came and put a hit up, and so they're going to put the ball at the 38-yard line. So the Broncos will have 1st and 10 from there. Second time the Broncos have gotten a first down via penalty through the Rangers' work. And so the Broncos will have 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation. On the near side, Thompson and Budrus. On the far side of the field, Thompson and Torgerson. Crandall, look how he's standing there in charge with arms folded like, just call the play. I'm ready to go. Give me the ball. I'm ready to go. Number 44, the sophomore. Once he gets the 48 yards tonight, he's over the 1,000 yards for the season. And the first time the Broncos have had a 1,000-yard rusher in a few years. And Crandall gets the handoff, and he's going to be taken down there. Mendoza and
Crandall's not happy.
Kamara.
He got a mask there, a helmet or something.
Kamara also in there on the tackle. They'll call it a loss of a yard for the Broncos, and they'll have 2nd and 11. Now, he's pretty short, and I don't mean to be whatever about that, but sometimes where usually where you put that arm at is up in his head area. They say with 2 wide receivers each side. 2nd and 11 for the Broncos. Crandall to the left of Joslin. Takes the snap. Drops back. Looks over the middle. He's looking deep, looking for Thompson. It's off the shoulder pads, I believe, of Decent. No, that is number 8, not 18. That is 8 back there. That is Hafner that comes up with the breakup of that play. And so the incomplete pass will bring up 3rd and 11 for the Broncos from their own 37-yard line. Thompson, the pass was right there, just happened to hit the shoulder pad or helmet of the defender Hafner as Thompson was looking to catch that ball. 3rd and 11, the Broncos stay with 2 wide receivers each side. Could we see the screen pass here, George?
We might.
Let's see what Crosby decides to do. They doesn't look like Clancher and Ridlin look like they're in blitz mode. Again, 4 defenders, 4 defensive linemen here for the Rangers. They've stayed pretty much in that formation here in this ball game. Joslin now ready to take the snap. He drops back. Looking down the far side. He's looking there for Torgerson, and we're going to get a flag, and I believe this penalty flag is going to be on Anderson on the far side of the field, and if that is the case, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty on the Rangers, and the Broncos will pick up another first down via penalty on the Rangers. Let's see if that is the case. It is pass interference. Yes, it is on Anderson. And guys, what'd you think of the penalty? There wasn't a lot of contact.
Oh no,
there.
but I didn't know whether or not it'd even be an offensive foul because they were battling hands and arms and the last night. So I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out, but there was a lot of jostling going on there.
Well, they're only going to mark 10 yards off on that penalty, not 15. And so, yeah, now the referee's going to say, hey, you only went 10. You got to go 15. I agree. Thank you. And this is going to put the ball down at the 47-yard line. So I think the Broncos maybe gained a yard there. Well, maybe a 16-yard penalty. But the Broncos down 16-0. Maybe they need that 1 yard. Maybe that'll do the trick.
Hey, however you get down the field.
They stay with two receivers on each side. Cooper Crandall to the right of Joslin. This is going to be thrown in the flats, and that's well over the head of Budrus. Joslin just airmailed that one and give Millsop a little bit to do with that. He, I think, was coming in on a blitz and forced that pass to go a little bit higher. So incomplete pass for the Broncos makes it 2nd and 10 from the CI 47-yard line. 6:49 remaining in the second quarter. Again, Broncos down 16-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Two receivers each side. Hand off to Crandall right up the middle, and he's hitting the backfield by Ridlin. That slowed him down, and he's going to be a short gain. We'll call it a gain of about a yard, maybe a yard and a half for Crandall after that being hit in the backfield. So bring up 3rd and 9 for the Broncos. Near the 45-yard line, 6.5 minutes and counting. Budrus is going to move to the far side of the field, so now 3 wide receivers. On the near side, Torn Thompson all by himself. He's guarded by Decent on this near side of the field. Joslin takes a snap, drops back. Looks like he's looking for a screen. He looks for Torgerson, and I'm going to say it this way, folks. The Rangers had that play smelled out. Ridlin was right there, right where Torgerson was going to catch that ball. Joslin had no choice but to throw that one away. I don't think if he tries to throw it where he wanted to, it is going to be intercepted, and Ridlin would have been off to the races with that one. So 4th and 9 for the Broncos at the 45.5-yard line of the Rangers, and they're going for it, folks. They are not punting here, down 16-0 with 6:14 remaining in the second quarter. Joslin, well, he tried to get them jump offside, see if you could get 5 freebies, but not this time. CI has learned to maybe pull back a little bit, not be quite as aggressive. Joslin takes the snap, drops back, looks down the near side, looking for Torn Thompson. They're going to battle for it, and coming up with the interception is going to be Decent. He breaks a tackle, now coming up the near sideline, 25, 30, 35, and there's a flag coming down, and it looks like it'll be post-possession. Looks like CI will still have possession of the ball, but it is going to be intercepted by Carter Decent, and he will return that ball out.
We may have a block in the back there, and then there might be spearing or late hit.
Okay, so let's. Officials are going to get together and chat. The clock has exactly 6 minutes remaining. Decent returned that ball about 20 yards out to the 35-yard line. Kind of essentially a punt. Can I say it that way?
And I think that was the whole idea behind it.
And so after the flags come down on the field again, after the interception, they'll change the possession, so it's not going to affect the ball going over to the CI Rangers here. So the referees are done discussing. The officials are done discussing. The referee backs out. Now he goes back into the huddle with a couple of the officials, and so they are going to be discussing things. So again, we believe a block in the back and possibly a spear or a late hit on the Broncos is our guess, but now the referee is going to signal here for us. So we got a block in the back on CI. Then we've got a dead ball foul. We've got a personal foul on the Broncos. So you're going to back it up the 10 for the block in the back. That's going to put the ball down at the 23-yard line, and that's where the ball is going to sit for CI. That looks like where they're going to start 1st and 10. Now they're going to march off the 15. So they put the 10 back for the block in the back. Now you put the 15 back on. So put the ball at the 30, I'm going to say approximately the 38-yard line. We'll see where the official stops. That's where he's going to stop, is at the 38-yard line. So the two penalties there, both of them brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175.
That wasn't even that late. That was a late hit. There was nothing close about it.
Okay, so Randy right there, good vision there. He saw it there. So the Rangers will have 1st and 10, exactly halfway through this second quarter. Rangers leading at 16-0 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. I-backs in the backfield. It's going to be Rydberg is going to be the tailback with Ridlin, the fullback. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Ridlin gets a handoff. Nope, this is Severson, and he might be gone. Oh, the whistle is going to be blown, and that is a horrible right there because Severson, what a great job by Ridlin and Severson. They ran that belly play, that option play. Ridlin got tackled just past the line of scrimmage. The officials blew the whistle, and Severson was maybe gone on the far side of the field, folks. And the Broncos got one player out there to stop him, but he still had a blocker in front of him. And
the play
Severson,
faked out the refs.
The play faked out the refs, faked out the announcer, too, to be honest with you. That's a good sell. And so they are, now the Rangers, the players kind of walking back like, God darn it, let's just do it. And it's an illegal whistle. And then we're going to see, they then pointed towards the Broncos. I'm not sure what the last part of that was. The officials are discussing where they're going to put the ball down. When the whistle was blown, they're putting Severson down at about the 47-yard line, and I would say that's about where he was when the whistle blew. So I'm okay with the where the spot is, although the CI fans probably not going to be happy that that's what happened, but that's part of the game when you run a great fake like that. 2nd and 2 for the Rangers. Backfield again. Severson under center. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Ridlin this time, and he's across midfield. He just keeps grinding those feet. And number 32, he is tough to take down. And then everybody comes in and starts pulling players off the pile. And the tensions between these two clubs as they're going to put the ball down at about the 48-yard line. So give them a gain of 6 yards on the play. And it's a 1st down for the Rangers at the Bronco 47.5-yard line. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have some stats for you. We'll get some scores for you. We'll recap the first half, see if we can find a score on Hinckley Finlayson versus Mesabi East. Because, of course, that game and this game will have big impacts on the seedings for the playoffs, which come out tomorrow via the QRF. Backfield. This is the toss to Ridlin. Play they scored the touchdown on early. He's got big yardage, 40. And finally going to be brought down by Torgerson and Jake Olson on the play, but not before, he's just going to be just short. I was going to say he had the 1st down, and the umpire, he's coming up. He's not really, last time he never even looked where the linesmen were. He just set the ball down, and that time he wasn't going to. He has to back up. It's a gain of 9. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Rangers. From the Bronco 37.5-yard line as we go under 5 minutes remaining. Ridlin remains the tailback. He gets the handoff right up the middle. He gets to the 35, and he's going to be tripped up there as Cooper Jensen came in low from his linebacker position. It's enough for the 1st down as he will pick up 3 yards, and the Rangers have 1st and 10 at the Bronco 35. Again, looking to add to their 16-0 lead as the Rangers have scored via the ground twice. A 65-yard touchdown run by Colby Severson in the 1st quarter, and Gabriel Ridlin scored in the 2nd quarter. Rangers break the huddle. 2 wide receivers to the far side. They stay with the backfield. Ridlin is the tailback. Severson turns around, tosses it to him off the left-hand side, cuts inside, now cuts to the outside, off to the races, 30, 25, 20, and finally going to be pulled down inside the 20-yard line there as Cooper Jensen finally caught up with him. And also in there was Thompson for the Broncos, but not before. It's another 1st down for the Rangers as they are going to be, we're going to put the ball right on top of the 20-yard line. I thought he got inside the 20. So 1st and 10 for the Rangers as they are into the red zone here. 4:15 and counting remaining in the 2nd quarter. Ball's on the far hash. They come up with the I-backs. Tight end to the near side. 2 wide receivers to the far side. Rydberg is the tailback. He takes the handoff. He finds ground, 15, 10, 1st down, as he's going to get a 1st and goal, and he fumbled the ball late, and the back judge comes in and says, no, he was down, the ground causing the fumble, and so Rydberg is going to be put down at about the 8-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 12, another 1st down run, and it's 1st and goal for the Rangers from the Bronco 8-yard line. And George, what's the word for this kind of running? What kind of yardage?
They are getting chunks.
They are getting chunk yardage, George's favorite terminology when you're getting 10s and 12s and whatever else that the Rangers are getting here. They'll bring the 2 wide receivers to the near side. They'll stay with the I-backs as Rydberg is the tailback. Clancher is your fullback. Turn around. Hand it off to Rydberg. He hesitates. Now he's out getting to the outside. He's down near the 5, and they'll put him at the 6-yard line. Cooper Crandall came up there. Brody Carlson, Zach Uso, all in on the tackle on that play. They'll put it at the 6. We'll call it a gain of 2. 2nd and goal now for the Rangers at the 6-yard line. And I know I was talking with assistant coach Neil Tesdall before the game, and he said me and Coach Galovich, Gally, we like to listen to you on the air, and so I hope, Mr. Galovich, if you're listening, hope you're doing well, and we'll see you during the basketball season, hopefully a few times. Here come the Rangers, 2nd and goal from the 6. This is Clancher up the middle, and he rumbles into the end zone for the 3rd touchdown of the game for the Rangers, and they lead it by a score of 22-0 with 2:54 remaining here in this 3rd quarter. So the Ranger coaching staff spreading it around as 3 different guys have scored. This is going to be a 6-yard run for Dylan Clancher. What happens here on the 2-point conversion. So CI took that ball from their own 38-yard line, and we'll call it 8 plays. They go the required 62 yards. Here comes the 2-point conversion. Rydberg remains the tailback. Clancher the fullback. Severson under center. Hands it off to Clancher. He just puts his head down. He pushes him way into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion run is good, and it's 24-0 in favor of CI. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. You're listening to the Rangers and the Broncos on Lace Country 104.1 and on Skeeter 101.5.
Hi, this
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
As we're getting ready for the kickoff, the Rangers, well, George, can I say it this way? It's been all Rangers pretty much in this game as they lead it 24-0.
Yeah, they just run that really simple offense, and they just play bang-up football. The big fullbacks, either way, really lay blocks on them. No, they're very aggressive. Nice football team.
Oh, it'll be Hashi to kick off again. He'll be on the far hash this time. The Rangers going left to right in this 2nd quarter. The Broncos will try to look to see if they can answer back here, trailing 24-0 with 2:54 remaining in the 2nd quarter. And I got an update that MIB is leading 16-0 in their game tonight. Again, we'll get you updated hopefully at halftime. Hashi, the kick down the far sideline, and that's going to be picked up. That's Hayden Swenson at about the 18, 25, and he's going to get near the 30-yard line as he puts his head down. And in on the tackle there for the Rangers was Eldon McLean, as it'll be a kick of 42 and a return of 12. And the Broncos will start 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. And the Broncos, again, looking to get on the scoreboard here, 24-0. They trail it with 2:48 remaining. They're going to go with 2 running backs in the backfield. That's Parker Olson and Cooper Crandall. Torrin Thompson's the lone wide receiver on the near side of the field. Joslin takes the snap, hands it off to Crandall. He tries to go off the right-hand side. It's going to be a very short gain of about 2 yards, and it was Mendoza who came in from the defensive end position to trip up Cooper Crandall. We'll call it 2nd and 8 for the Falls from their own 32-yard line. 2:30 and counting remaining in this first half. Stay tuned for the Dent Shop halftime report. As coming in the ball game, Landon Budrus, so the running back Parker Olson heads to the sideline. Team looking over, precious time running off the clock, and I'm not sure, maybe that's what the Broncos are thinking. Let's not be in a rush till something big happens here, and then we still have timeouts remaining. They've got all 3 of them remaining. Thompson across the formation, in motion. They're going to throw. Joslin pumps, now pulls down. He's going to try to get what he can with his feet, and he's going to get out near the 34-yard line as he avoids the sack. Good coverage in the secondary by the Rangers as decent, and that is Holmvig that were there on the defense on the near side. We'll give a yard to Joslin on that run, and that'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Broncos from the 33-yard line. And the Broncos take a timeout. It's brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home that is professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take very good care of you. As I mentioned earlier, the QRF will become official tomorrow morning. The playoff seeds will be set at that time, and we'll know who's playing on Tuesday. There's going to be just one game in Section 7 2A. It'll be between the 4 and 5 seed, and it'll be played Tuesday night at 6 o'clock. I looked online. I don't know if that's official. If you can trust the Minnesota State High School League webpage, you should be able to. But Moose Lake is definitely the 1 seed. Everything else is up in the air, although Crosby-Ironton certainly looks like they are putting their stamp on being the number 2 seed as they lead the Broncos 24-0 right here at Sports Stadium. That could put the Broncos, if the result stays the way it is right now, the Broncos could be 3rd or drop to 4th. And if the Broncos are 4th, they'll play at home on Tuesday night. Again, it'll become official sometime around noon tomorrow. Here come the Broncos out of the timeout with 1:56 remaining. They've got 3rd and 7. They're going to put 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field as the Broncos go right to left. Joslin takes the snap, drops back, looks down the middle of the field, wide open as Budgers. Catches at the Crosby-Ironton 45. He's down at the 40, fumbles it there, the official says. I thought he was down on his butt, but the official says, no, that is a fumble. And fortunately, right there was Kane Thompson to cover that up for the Broncos. So after the catch to Budgers, it's a gain of 27 yards, and then put 3 more yards onto the end of that for the fumble and the recovery there. So the Broncos will have 1st and 10 at the Ranger 37-yard line. Now with 1:51 remaining, the Broncos seem like they have a lot of time to score here. Joslin takes the snap. He keeps it after faking to Cooper Crandall. He's got room, 25-yard line, and he's going to be right down at about the 22 as he tripped up, and he may have fell on the football a little bit there, maybe lose a little bit of air, but the gain of 15 yards for number 15 puts the Broncos with another 1st down at the CI 22-yard line. Clock stops with 1:33 to move the chains. As Clancher going to come back into the ball game after getting a brief break on the sideline here. Now the Broncos will stay with 2 wide receivers on each side. The ball on the near hash. Crandall is to the left of Joslin. Joslin takes the snap. Pump fakes, wants to throw down the middle. Thompson, he's got an angle there as he goes up, and a great job by the CI defender. Let's see who that is. That is number 21, Anderson. That is in on the play to break that up. Thompson was inside of him, but Anderson got up into the air and knocked it out from between the hands of Thompson, and so it's an incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Broncos at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Anderson's one of those seniors that they're so proud of.
And 1:18 remaining here as George clears his throat.
Yeah.
It's that time of the year, George, right?
It is.
A little cool, get it warm. And here come the Broncos. Joslin drops back. He throws out into the flats looking for Torgerson, and he let him too much. Just throw it to the outside too far. So back-to-back incomplete passes. And now the Broncos are looking at 3rd and 10 from the 23-yard line. You thought I said the 22 earlier? I did. But the official looks like he maybe backed it up a smidge and put it at the 23-yard line. So we'll go along with that. And it seems like he backed it up even more when he set it up, as this one's near the 24-yard line now. I'm just telling you folks the way I'm looking at it. I'm not trying to be one-sided. I'm just looking at it. Crandall's going to line up right behind Joslin in this formation. Going to run the quarterback draw, and boy, the snuffed out there by Ports. Number 78, he is having himself a nice game for the CI Rangers. It is going to be, well, let's call it no gain for the Broncos, so it's going to bring up 4th and 10 from the 23-yard line, and now under a minute and counting remaining. As they're going to give them a gain of 1. We'll call it 4th and 9. George, I know we're maybe splitting hairs there. So
split a few, nothing matter with that.
Yeah. 2 wide receivers each side. Crandall, as the clock goes under 40, got those arms full. I don't know if he's cold, bored, unhappy about something. He goes to the right of Joslin. Joslin tried to get a free 5 there, didn't get it. And now a timeout by the Broncos. This timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home that is professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take very good care of you. And we are in the Rainy River Campus, Minnesota North College Press Box area. Start your voyage at Rainy River Campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. Rainy River Campus, 218-285-7722. Well, guys, the Broncos got 4th and 9.5 here. Randy, I'll start with you. What pass play do we think the Broncos are going to call here?
What pass play?
That's
a good one. They might try clearing out the side here, running somebody in, and then going down, maybe down the sideline.
Okay. George, what are you thinking?
No, yeah, I'm seeing the sideline or somewhere in the corner. I don't know if they're throw a fade that far, but he's got some people down there that can run underneath the ball.
Okay, so I'm going to go. That's what the Ranger defense is thinking as well. I'm going to say we're going to go screen. Screen here on 4th and 9.5. George called for the screen earlier here, and I'm going to go with a feeling here that they're going to try to get the ball into number 44's hands on a screen, or maybe Hendricks Torgerson, a play they had success with, that under screen from the wide receiver, and see if they can pick up this 9.5 yards needed to get a first down and keep this drive going. 28 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Broncos down 24-0, looking to get on the scoreboard here. Cooper Jensen grabs the ball, getting ready to snap it here to Joslin. He's got 2 wide receivers on each side of the formation. Takes the snap, drops back. This is not a screen. They're looking down the far sideline, looking for Torgerson. And did he catch it? I can't tell, folks. Touchdown for the Broncos. The official on the far sideline says Torgerson caught it and was not out of bounds. And the Broncos get on the scoreboard here on a 22-yard pass from Joslin to Hendricks Torgerson. And the Broncos get on the scoreboard. They trail by a score of 4-6, and we would assume that we're going to see a 2-point conversion attempt here by the Broncos. And Hendricks Torgerson catches his second touchdown in as many weeks. So the Broncos score with 22 seconds left, and again some momentum as they will have the opening kickoff. They are going to be kicking off. So the Broncos are going to go for 2. They put the ball on the near hash. They've got 2 running backs in the backfield. Bake it. Now they're going to, they did the shovel pass, and Parker Olson will stroll into the end zone. The Broncos have run that play to the left all year long. This time they run it to Parker Olson on the shovel pass, and the Broncos convert the 2-point conversion. They trail 24-8 on your PCA and Napa Auto Parts scoreboard with 22 seconds remaining. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to the Broncos and the Rangers on Lakes Country 104.1 and on Skeeter 101.5. Excuse me. Welcome back to Sports Stadium here as the Broncos getting ready to kick off. And we'll see who the Broncos bring out to kick off this time, because it seems last week it was number 15, Joslin, that was the one that did the kicking off. But then Hendricks Torgerson came in and kicked a couple off at the end of the game. And it is going to be Cody Joslin to kick it off. Back deep for the Rangers. Looks like it is number 18. And that is decent, and I can't tell the guy on the near sideline here. He's crouched down. I can't see his number. Randy, you got a number on that guy? By you, the deep guy right there for the Rangers? Can you see his number?
27.
It's 27. That's right, Bert. So ready to kick it off here is Joslin as he approaches the ball. Drives it low. Rydberg's going to catch it at the 24-yard line. He heads to his left, looking for some blockers along the far sideline. 30, 35, 40. And finally going to be tripped up there, as that was number 34 and number 54. It was Jake Olson that got the first touch, and then Brody Carlson finished him off on the tackle, but not until there is a return out to the 48-yard line. We're going to give him a return of 24 yards, and now CI thinking about things here with 16 seconds remaining. They got 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. Can they possibly get this back out to a 24-point advantage heading into the halftime? And you would say that the Broncos have the momentum going into halftime. That can be such a big thing in the game of football. But could CI take that momentum back? They're going to go with the shotgun here. Severson having a discussion with his halfback there, I believe, who is Ridland. He's going to get the handoff along the near side. 50. He's in the Bronco territory. He's going to be brought down at about the 45-yard line. And are we going to get a timeout? And I see the hands being waved, and yes, they are. Crandall and Seth Lynch, I believe, in on the tackle for the Broncos. It's a gain down to about the 44.5-yard line. We'll call it a gain officially of 8 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 2 for the Rangers. This timeout by CI is brought to you by Arrowhead Transit of International, by Service Master of International Falls, for a home that is professionally cleaned all year round. Call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take very good care of you. Well, a couple of updates. MIB's up 36-0 at halftime, and in a game involving Forest Lake with my cousin playing, Lakeville North 10, Forest Lake 7 at the half. So I know that's probably not of a lot of interest to a lot of people, but that's interest for us. The Bronco cross country teams were in action today in the Iron Range Conference, and let's see if I can see how things went there. And Abby Hutchinson, for the girls, she took 4th place, so she is all conference. Lola Hall, 22nd. Nora Sullivan, 23rd. Bailey Herberg, 30th. And Jaylee Carlson, 31st. Lorelei Ford, 32nd. For the Broncos on the boys' side, Camden Diedrich, he took 30th. Lachlan Reiners took 34th. So as we come out of the timeout here, brought to you by Service Master of International Falls, they've got 10 seconds on the clock, and the Rangers will have 2nd and 2 at the Bronco 44-yard line. They bring 2 wide receivers to the near side. They've got a tight end in the wing to the far side shotgun. Now they're going to put Decent in motion across the formation. Severson going to drop back. Now he's under pressure by Kenyon Olsen. Now drops back. He flips it into the bleachers, which is legal now here in high school ball where you don't have to, but you got to get it to the line of scrimmage. And man, he did once the ball was out of bounds. It went far enough. I don't think they're going to call the penalty here, and it'll be an incomplete pass, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the, you got to be outside the tackle box.
Yeah.
So 4 seconds remaining, 3rd and about 2.5.
Actually, I thought it was a pretty smart play on Severson's part.
Now, if it was the Broncos with this play, would they be running, George?
They would, I don't know.
They'd be running hook and lateral. You better be watching for the hook and lateral here. Number 32's done a lot of good things tonight for the Rangers. Could they possibly be thinking that? Easton goes in motion across the formation. Severson drops back. He looks down the far sideline, and it's going to be picked out by Hendricks Torgerson at the 12-yard line, and he'll be taken down there. And so it's Torgerson's 2nd interception of the ball game. That will bring the half to an end with your score. Crosby-Ironton 24, International Falls 8. We'll take a 2.5-minute timeout, and we'll come back with the halftime report brought to you by the Den Shop. You're listening to the Rangers on 101.5 Skeeter. It's the Skeeter 101.5, and on Lakes Country 104.1 here in International Falls. And if you're watching us online, you're watching it on yourliveevent.com.
City Drug, your community health mart pharmacy, invites you to eat well and live better with Frontier Soups. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no added salt or preservatives. The homemade minute mixes offer a variety of easy-to-prepare soups. South of the Border Tortilla and Chicago Bistro French Onion are best-selling favorites. Try Minnesota Heartland 11 Bean Soup or the always popular Rocky Mountain Trail Loaded Potato Soup. Frontier Soups, clearly made from ingredients you know. City Drug Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Fall is right around the corner, and so is hunting season, so stop at the Outdoorsman's headquarters to get you and your hunting partners ready. Whether it's for birds or deer, archery or gun, the Outdoorsman's headquarters at 1130 3rd Avenue in International Falls is the place to stop for all the accessories to make your hunting trip a success. If you don't find what you're looking for, ask the friendly staff and they will hunt down what you need. Before you shop elsewhere, check with us for the best products, the best prices, and the best customer service.
New vehicles coming in at Ekman GM of International Falls. The sun is shining on this new 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive SLT. MSRP $61,910, sale price $65.70. And this new 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 4-wheel drive, price to move at $59,435. GMC, we are professional grade. GMC, locally owned, community first. Find out more at EkmanIFalls.com.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure...
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, it's the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself.
Welcome back here to Sports Stadium. We are at halftime. The score, Crosby-Ironton 24, International Falls 8. And the halftime report is brought to you by the Dent Shop at 1712 First Avenue West. It is the place to take your vehicle when you have a fender bender, but they also have Rhino Pro Protective Linings for your truck, car starters, and lithium batteries. The Dent Shop, 218-285-9593. Well, George, we take a look back at that first half, and the Rangers, I would say, well, we're in control. Most of the half, they did give up the touchdown to the Broncos with 22 seconds remaining. What do you like about what you see with the CI Rangers?
Well, they really play. They play to their personnel. They have, and I mean, I'm talking about not only Gabriel Ridlin, but Dylan Clancher. Those two are a real pair. Clancher leading the way, and Gidlin, he has 14 carries for 98 yards, so he's picking up whatever they give him. And then Severson's also, he had 65-yard run and a 7-yard run. He got 72 yards on 3 carries, and there's a couple other guys there that are picking it up too, but that's primarily their offense. They've had 2 passes. One was incomplete, one was intercepted, so I don't see a lot of passes coming for the Broncos.
To go back to the Rangers, I don't see them the Rangers changing the formula here for the second half. They've had some success. Obviously, they've thrown 2 interceptions with Torgerson with both of those interceptions, but they've been able to run the ball. I've been impressed with the offensive line because yes, the running backs are doing some nice things, but there is a push on the defensive line of the Broncos. The line of scrimmage is moving in a favorable way for Crosby-Ironton, and so you're not seeing many minus carries or 0-yard carries for CI. They're getting 3s and 4s, and when you can do that, that just keeps moving the ball.
It does, and that's what ball control is all about. And we're on a little bit of a watch for Cooper Crandall. He's 46 yards to get his 1,000-yard mark, which would be really nice.
48. I'm just going to correct you there
48?
if I might. Yep.
Okay, but right now he's only got 21 of those on 9 carries, so he's I tell you, but he can hit you in a lot of different ways, and it's.
Yeah, I agree with you, George. I think one thing that you've seen with Cooper Crandall during the year is that he may only have 20 yards at halftime, but he can end up with 145 pretty easy.
Yeah,
because he can he can get chunk yardage. But I'll say this: CI has stayed with their 4-man line. There are 2 guys in the box, so they're saying we've got 6. You've got 6. We're going to play this way, and they've done a pretty good job of holding the Broncos to about 40 yards rushing in this first half.
Oh, and on top of that, they're playing pretty good man-to-man coverage in the secondary, and so hey, they got a very nice team, and they play hard hitting defense.
We're going to go back and give that drive of the game where the Broncos scored their touchdowns, brought to you by Nagurski Transportation. Moving your product safe and fast. Nagurski Transportation is always looking for new professional drivers to join their team. You can call Kevin at 218-689-2064. Hey, maybe with everybody listening down in the Brainerd Lakes area, maybe somebody will say, I got a truck driving job. I can move up to the Falls, and they can come up here and work, or maybe you can work from down that way as well. But Nagurski Transportation, always looking for new professional drivers. We'll take another. Are you done with the stat? Give me some passing yardage. I cut you off there from
no, I'll tell you, the Broncos, they've thrown 8 for 16 and a touchdown, but that's probably typical of their game.
Yeah.
They've got to match it up with their running game. Cody Joslin he's got 5 carries as well, and when you have 2 running backs, and Joslin does a pretty good job, especially on that quarterback draw, so he can pick up a few. So those are between the 2 of them, we only got 42 yards rushing, so we got to pick up the rushing moment.
All right, we're going to take a 2.5-minute break. When we come back, we'll have more during the Dent Shop halftime report. You're listening to the Broncos and the Rangers on Lakes Country 104.1 in International Falls, on Skeeter 101.5 in the Brainerd Lakes area, and you're watching us on yourliveevent.com. We'll take a 2.5-minute timeout.
My name is
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sports guidance. Rainy Lake Medical Center's advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year from Rainy Lake Medical Center.
At Packaging Corporation of America, we're proud to sustainably manufacture America's top-selling brand of paper right here at our International Falls Mill.
New vehicles coming in at Ekman GM of International Falls. Check this out. New 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive. Sale price $65.70. And this new 2022 GMC Yukon XL four-wheel drive SLT. Price to move at $72,770. And this 2022 GMC Sierra 1500 four-wheel drive Pro. Sale price $45,745. GMC, we are professional grade. GMC. Find out more at EkmanIFalls.com.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Lakes Gas would like to help you have some peace of mind this fall as we head towards the winter months. Now is a good time to get ahead and beat the cold weather demand and have your propane tanks filled up. Have peace of mind knowing that your tanks are full and ready to heat the house when the cold weather and the heating season gets here. Give Lakes Gas a call today to get your propane tanks filled. For all your propane needs, call Lakes Gas at 283-3035 or visit them online at lakesgas.com.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, it's the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself.
65-yard drive. That means it was Colby Severson who went 65 yards on the run. That was with 5:01 remaining in the first quarter. He added the 2-point conversion, and the Rangers led 8-0 at that point, and that's the way the first quarter ended. The CI Rangers would get a 4-yard touchdown run from Gabriel Ridley, as he went off the far side of the field to the pylon. That was with 8:48 remaining in the second quarter. It was a 10-play, 43-yard drive. Dylan Clancher added the 2-point conversion. CI led 16-0. Just about 5.5 minutes later, with 2:54 remaining, Clancher, he puts in a 6-yard run. He adds the 2-point conversion. CI was up 24-0 with 2:54 remaining, but the Broncos answered back. They go on an 8-play, 70-yard drive. They score with 22 seconds remaining on a 22-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Hendricks Torgerson. It was the shovel pass from Joslin to Parker Olson on the 2-point conversion play, and that's where we sit at 24-8 here at halftime. Some scores from around the area today. Cherry defeated McGregor 56-12 in 9-man action. Cook County 50-14 over Ogilvie. That's a surprising score, folks. Cook County early in the year was having tough. They must have maybe had some kids that were out, and they've come back and to beat Ogilvie by 36 points. That's a shocker. Grand Rapids ends their regular season 8-0. They take down Duluth Denfeld tonight 31-0.
8-0. That's a good
8-0. For you're all right with the Thunderhawks You're all right with Grand Rapids being 8-0? You're an old Iron Range guy.
I know that, but I almost took a job at Grand Rapids. I got a lot of good friends there.
8-0, they finished the regular season. Halftime score, Cloquet is trailing North Branch 21-14, and Two Harbors with about 5 minutes at my last report. They led Proctor 27-0.
Wow.
5 minutes before halftime. Yeah, that's a wow. Proctor just going to take them a while to get over that sentence where they didn't get to play any games last year, COVID the year before that, all the stuff that's going on with the Proctor Rails. A couple of other scores, not high school football scores. The Timberwolves are leading 65-52 at the half over the Oklahoma City Thunder in their regular season opener, and I didn't get a chance to watch any of it today because we're getting ready for the football game, but the San Diego Padres, they bounced back, even their series at a game each in the NLCS as they beat the Philadelphia Phillies by a score of 8-5. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout here, Tom, down there on Skeeter 101.5, and we'll come back with the second half. The Rangers, they lead it 24-8. You've been listening to the Dent Shop Halftime Report right here on Skeeter 101.5 and on Lace Country 104.1.
High school fans, Falling and getting up is one of many lessons students learn when they participate in high school activities. It takes courage to show up and perform knowing that mistakes will occur. A missed shot, a bad pass. Mistakes are part of the game. Teaching young people is a valuable lesson in picking themselves up and starting over again. This message has been brought to you by the Minnesota State High School League.
Howard Cenex East invites you to see all they have to offer. Cenex East carries Canadian bakery bread, Wisconsin's best meat and cheese sticks, and other healthy snacks, along with a wide variety of chips, candy, and beverages. Howard Cenex East offers a 7-cent per gallon discount on gas and fuel when paying with cash. Hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday 9 to 6, and closed on Sunday. If you're looking for fun and rewarding jobs, stop into Cenex East and pick up an application. Howard Cenex East, Highway 53.
And welcome back, everybody, here to Sports Stadium. Both teams have come out of the locker rooms, the nice warm locker rooms, I'm sure, and back out onto the field. And my computer's telling me that it's 42 degrees out there. It's possible that it could still be that warm. I got a hard time believing. What do you think, Randy, down there?
I think it's colder than 42.
All right, there it is. There's your weather report brought to you by Randy Anderson on the sideline. Is brought to you by Green Larson Mortuary.
It was 7 by 8 o'clock. So we're back.
Yeah, 37. Dwayne pulls out his phone there, and welcome to a place to celebrate life and honor every memory. Go to their website at greenlarson.com, and I'm giving Green Larson a little different read tonight because I forgot to send myself the Where Are They Now that we usually do.
No.
And, sometimes life gets in the way.
It does.
And looks like the Broncos are going to be kicking off left to right in this third quarter as the Rangers get set for their kick return. And, nope, they're going to switch ends. I was worried. I thought maybe they were thinking onside kick. They hadn't seen the Broncos come out there yet. But they're going to go the other way. So the Broncos will be going right to left. The Rangers left to right. And no, wait a minute. They look like they might be changing their minds again, folks. I'll wait. What I'm trying to get the point I'm trying to get across here, folks, is this: could the Broncos onside kick to start this third quarter? I mean, they really don't have anything to lose, right? I mean, they're down 16.
Oh, they very well might. And the other thing is, this is really an important drive at the beginning of the third quarter. If they can stop CI from getting anything this drive, then all of a sudden they're back in this ball game again. So
Rangers were to my right. Then they switched to my left. Now they're back over to the right. I think they've decided back deep for the Rangers, you are going to have Rydberg and Decent. And the Broncos are going to kick left to right here. I'm sticking with that now. I don't think they're going to move. I don't think they're going to change their minds. It is going to be Jocelyn to kick it off for the Broncos. As we get this third quarter underway, Rangers leading at 24-8. See what happens. This, like you said, it's such a crucial possession, this first one of the second half. Jocelyn's kick is it's an onside kick, and a great job there by the up man. That is Clayton Lingen, who is going to cover up that onside kick. He's going to recover it at the 46-yard line, and so the Rangers will have great field position. And I said, folks, I had a feeling that we might see something like that. And Jocelyn, I think, got too much on that one. He kicked it hard, but it just, like I said, I think it had too much.
You got to hit it 2 bounces and get it up in the air, and
it just didn't. It just didn't do that.
No.
So they put the ball officially at the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 from their own 45, the Rangers. They're going to come up with a tight end and a wing, a split end on the near side, and I-backs. Ridlin is the fullback. Turn around, the toss to Rydberg. He's trying to get to the outside, looking to gain some ground, and he's going to get across midfield and be pushed out of bounds, I believe, by Zach Uso at about the 48, 47-yard line. Let's see where they decide to put the ball down. It's going to be a good gain for the Rangers, as we'll give them a gain down to the 47. We'll call it a gain of 8 yards on the play. 2nd and 2 coming up for the Rangers, and we are just underway here in half number 2. 24-8 the lead on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one today at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. Clancher comes into the ball game. Ridlin moves to the tailback. They'll go with the pro formation, a flanker and a split end. Turn around. This is a handoff to Clancher. Does he have enough for the first down? Well, he does, but there's a flag down from the umpire. He turns to the referee and says, well, I thought he was going to call it. They're talking. They're discussing
he threw it again.
things.
It was that bad. He threw it twice.
There's going to be a holding call on the Rangers. So they're going to put the ball We're going to mark the flag off just about from the line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, they're going to give them 1 additional yard. So this is going to end up being a 9-yard penalty officially on the Rangers. So as they're going to put the ball back at about the 44-yard line, it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Rangers from their own 44.5-yard line. And, well, sometimes those – I think about this. The umpire used to play behind the linebackers or with the linebackers. Now he's behind the line of scrimmage. Does it make it easier for him to see those holding calls? I think so. I-backs, 2 receivers to the near side. This is going to be Ridlin. Looks to break it to the outside, and he's got a good block by Clancher. He's across midfield, and he's going to be brought down at about the 45-yard line as Jake Olson and Crandall were there for the tackle. They're going to put him at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards officially on the play. It'll bring up, are they going to say a first down? They are going to say short. So only a gain of 10 officially as we put them at the 46-yard line. It's resting right on the 45-yard line, so it's going to be 3rd and a half a yard. And now the official is going to come from the far side, and I think the Ranger coaching staff is going to say, doesn't he have the first down? And I think the referee turned around and said, no, wait a minute. Now they are, wait a minute. Are they moving the stakes? They should, honestly, folks. Where they're supposed to be, the yard markers are where they're supposed to be, and you look at it, it's a first down. And they finally agree with me. Come on. It was a first down from right from the word go, and they finally agreed to that. So put the ball at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rangers. This is the opening possession of the second half. Make sure you stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll have an interview, hopefully, with a Bronco player, probably Hendricks Torgerson, because he wants to. And you don't always get guys that want to be on I-backs, pro formation. This is a handoff to Clancher up the middle. He's just dragging bodies, running over people. Finally going to be brought down at about the 37 or 38-yard line. Torgerson comes up off the bottom of the pile, and tripping him up there, I believe, also was Cooper Crandall. So we'll put the ball at the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 7 yards. 2nd and 3 for CI coming up. As they come out of the huddle quickly, Severson will be under center. Ridlin will be the fullback as Rydberg now is the tailback. They'll stay with that pro formation with the flanker and the split end, one on either side. This is going to be a touch to Rydberg. He cuts north and south. He's got the first down and more as he's inside the 25. He breaks a tackle, and he could go the distance, and he will. Touchdown. Crosby-Ironton. It is going to be a 38-yard touchdown run for number 27, Evan Rydberg, and the Rangers have a 22-point lead at 30-8.
That whole part of the field was wide open when they pitched the ball. That was a touchdown from the get-go.
They've had success with that toss play to the tailback as Rydberg is going to go 38 yards for the touchdown. And so just 10:21 remaining here, so just a minute and 39 taken off the clock as the Rangers go 5 plays. They go 55 yards. Here comes the 2-point conversion attempt. Turn around. This is going to be a pass as they look into the end zone, and it is going to be caught by, that is number 21, that is Anderson. That is going to come up with the 2-point conversion, and it's 32-8 in favor of CI. We'll take a 30-second timeout. You're listening to high school football on Lakes Country 104.1 in International Falls and on Skeeter 101.5 in the Brainerd Lakes area. Summer is coming to a close, but the Sports Shop still has a great selection of bikes, inline skates, and baseball or softball equipment in stock. Plus, we do bike repairs on all brands of bikes all year long. As we get ready for winter sports, remember the Sports Shop has everything you need like hockey equipment, figure skates, and snowshoes. We have a large selection of new and used skates available for purchase or lease, which offers a guaranteed fit for all season. Stock up on Bronco apparel or have your student try on that Falls High leather jacket. All of this and more at the Sports Shop in downtown International Falls. Welcome back here to Sports Stadium as we come out of the timeout for after the touchdown, and ready to kick it off is going to be Hashi. He'll kick it from the near hash as he kicks right to left. Back deep, Hayden Swenson and Cooper Crandall, as they're going back a little bit deeper this time. They've kind of learned that Hashi is able to kick this ball deep as he gets the whistle from the referee. He approaches the ball. And he boots it down the near sideline. Swenson will pick it up at about the 18-yard line, straight up the field, 30. And a big hit there from the side. And that is number 4. That is Clayton Lingen. He recovered the onside kick, and he gets the big tackle there on the return by Hayden Swenson. They're going to put the ball right at the 35-yard line, so it's going to be a return of 17 yards. And the Broncos will start 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. These officials, I'm going to say, do it like the pros do now. They like to put the ball right on the line, no matter where they get. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what they're doing. That's what you see in the pro game now. 2 running backs in the backfield for the Broncos. They're going to fake this, and this is going to be Joslin right up the middle, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. The Rangers were not fooled on that play. Mendoza came in to end the play, but the first hit there for Crosby-Ironton belongs to Will Meyer as he defeated his block right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 2nd 11 for the Falls from their own 34-yard line. Under 10 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Broncos now down 32-8 if you stepped away. Broncos bring 4 receivers on this near side in a diamond formation on the far side of the field. That is Torrin Thompson. They're going to throw it to Crandall. He's got a whole bunch of blockers in front of him. 35, tries to get towards the 40 where he'll be forced out of bounds by the Rangers. Anderson and number 8. I haven't said his name in a little bit. Hafner, Amari Hafner is the one that finished off. And we've got an injured player for the Rangers back where the quarterback threw that ball from. I didn't see as I was watching the ball. Randy, did you happen to see what happened there?
I didn't see how he went down. No, I didn't. Watching the ball.
So the pass completion to Crandall is going to pick up 6 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5, and both teams are heading to their benches. So what does that tell me? That this injury could be significant. They look like they're looking at the knee, and it looks like it's I'm speculating here now. It looks like it's number 54 for Crosby-Ironton. That's Will Meyer, and they're again looking at that knee. And why don't we take a minute timeout here, and we will come back after. No, they look like they're ready to lift him up. We're not going to take the timeout, Tom. We'll stay right here. It is actually that is number 64 who comes up. That's Chase Hagee. So I told you, speculation doesn't do you any good. He's going to be assisted off as he's going to be able to put some weight on that knee. It looks like he's got a brace on that knee. Am I seeing that right, Randy?
Oh, yes, he does have a brace there. He's not putting a whole lot of weight on there.
So obviously maybe an injury already there in the past, so something that maybe just got re-aggravated here. So when we come back to play here, 3rd and 5 for the Broncos from their own 40-yard line, 9:38 remaining. In quarter number 3, Broncos trailing by 3 full scores here at 32-8.
Hagee is one of their defensive hammers, though. He's been out there pounding all day.
2 wide receivers each side. They're kind of tighter into the formation. We'll see if that means anything on this play. Joslin takes the snap. He is going to be, Ridlin has tried to sack him. He throws it. It's complete as it is caught by Budrus as he got into a hole in the defense, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Joslin with that strength. Holy smokes.
He just stood there, took hits in the legs, and got the pass off.
And
they're going to know how he got that ball pass through there.
I don't know how he was able to get that much on it, but he able to get 15 yards to Landon Budrus. We're going to give that the Snap Fitness Snap decision of the game. Snap Fitness on Shorewood Drive is a 24-hour facility with free weights, machines, tanning, classes, and more. Customized, personalized training and nutrition programs are available. Give the gals a call at Snap Fitness 218-283-0020. This is Crandall right up the middle. The Rangers, they are wise to what's going on there. First hit there for the Rangers was by, if I can get everybody else to step out of the way so I can see, it is going to be Lingen who was playing the linebacker position. He came up and got the first touch on that. The Broncos pick up 2 yards on first down. It'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 43-yard line of the Rangers. Under 9 minutes now remain. Broncos going to go back to that quad formation. Now to the far side of the field. Torgerson, the lone receiver on the near side. Joslin fakes, looks deep. He's looking for Budrus. Budrus goes up, catches it at the high point. He catches it, breaks a tackle, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. The Broncos on a 43-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Landon Budrus, and the Broncos back within 2 scores possibly here if they can convert on the 2-point conversion. And so Landon Budrus, all he does is catch big touchdown passes.
All the time.
64 yards against GNK a couple of weeks ago, and now he picks up a 43-yarder here, and the Broncos close the gap to 32-14. Wow, well that changes the momentum of things right there. We've played 3 minutes and 16 seconds in this second quarter, and we've already had 2 touchdowns. And now the officials are getting together and talk. Budrus flipped that ball away as he scored. He could be getting a 15-yard penalty here for celebration or whatever. I didn't see a flag go down. Randy, I don't know if you saw something.
I never saw a flag, no.
So we'll see what if there's anything as the officials stop to talk. Budrus kind of coming over and explaining maybe his side of it. But the Broncos are going to go 5 plays, 65 yards. They're going to score with 8:44 remaining here. And it is going to be a unsportsmanlike penalty. Did you see it? I was writing, Randy.
It's unsportsmanlike.
Okay. Yeah.
I couldn't pick up anything other than that.
All right. I did see the ball go being flipped away by Budrus, and that's just one of those things where, hey, you got to learn your lesson. So the Broncos are going to bring the ball to the near hash for this 2-point conversion. A penalty, I assume, is going to be assessed on the kickoff, so the Broncos will kick from the 25-yard line. As they come up for the 2-point conversion, they've got 2 wide receivers each side. Crandall to the left of Joslin. Again, the ball on the near hash. I got to step so I can see around the light post here at Sports Stadium. Crandall goes in motion. He's going to catch the ball out in the flat, needs a block, and he is into the end zone. For the conversion, no. The referee raised his hands, then brought him back down and said no. He is not in.
Dropped the ball.
Well, Randy, you were right there. Well, he's moving to see if it certainly looked like from my vantage point that he was in. But the referees get the final say on that one. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Your score, CI 32, International Falls 14. You're listening to high school football on Lace Country 104.1 and on Skeeter 101.5.
A message from CAPE, Couchiching Area Prevention and Education. Be present. Most Falls High students do not feel pressured to drink alcohol by their friends. We learn from the past, live in the present, and strive for the future. CAPE is working together to empower the communities within Couchiching County through prevention, education, collaboration, and shared leadership to reduce alcohol and tobacco use among youth and young adults. Together, we are strong. This ad has been funded by Drug Free Communities Grant Funding.
Back at Sports Stadium here in the Rainy River campus, Minnesota North College press box. Start your voyage at Rainy River campus. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. 218-285-7722 if you're interested in getting registered for the spring semester. 15-yard penalty. That penalty brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. Joslin will be kicking off from the 25-yard line, so it should be great field position here for the Rangers. No matter what happens on this kick, he booms it down the field, tries to kick it over the head of the Rangers, but Deason picks it up at the 30. He gets out to the 45, and here comes the referee showing off his arm as he throws the flag about 20 yards. So before we assess what happened on this play, let's see what the flag is going to be for. I didn't see anything. It's a hold. Oh, he was going to point towards the Broncos, but it is on the Rangers. So the holding penalty will be a 10-yard penalty from about the 45.5-yard line. They'll put it right at the 45. So the return will be a 15-yarders. It'll be a 10-yard penalty brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, and the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from about their own. Well, let's see where the umpire decides that the penalty was at. They put it right on the 35-yard line. I'm getting these guys down. I got a good read on these. I'm reading those. No, I'm just kidding, folks. Pretty predictable. Like I said, right on the 35-yard line. Boom, right on the line. The point of the ball right on the line, so we know first downs. I think we're going to see a lot more of that in football as we go along. That these putting it at the 35.25-yard line doesn't make sense. Let's put it at the 35 and let's play ball. I backfield. Turn around. They run the belly play. Did he fumble it? The ball maybe on the ground? No.
It was down. Crosby, you recovered it.
Okay. So thank you. Let's see. I love having that guy down on the field, so we get that extra look. He was behind the play. Ridlin took the handoff, and again, they're trying to run that belly play a little bit. And so a loss of about a half a yard on the play. We'll call it no loss officially. And so we'll have 2nd and 10.5 yards going here for the Rangers as they quickly break the huddle. Clancher comes in as the fullback this time. They're going to go with that pro formation, a split end and a flanker, one on each side of the formation. Turn around, hand it off to Ridlin. Goes off tackle, breaks a tackle. He's got enough for the first down before Godovan is going to throw him to the ground for the tackle, but it's going to be a gain of 15 yards on the play for Ridlin, and the 49-yard line is now where the Rangers are at their own 49, and it's 1st and 10, under 8 minutes remaining. Your score, 32-14 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one today at Napa Auto Parts of International Falls. Rangers break the huddle. They'll come back right with that pro formation with the I backfield. Clancher the fullback. Ridlin is the tailback. He gets the toss. He's got some room off the far side, midfield. 45, and he'll be tackled there by the Broncos. As we'll see, we got lots of whistles going on there. I don't see any extra stuff going on, but now I see some guys being shoved and pushed back. Kenyon Olsen comes off the bottom of the pile along with Parker Olsen, the nose and the tackle on that side of the field. It's going to be a gain of 6 yards for Ridlin, and it's going to be 2nd and 4 for CI at the Bronco 45-yard line.
That's 18 carries for 128 yards for Mr. Ridlin.
He's had some nice holes. He's been able to use his speed and do what he needs to do here. But again, that line up front, they ran the toss play. He was trying to get to the outside. The hole was so big coming off tackle, he had to turn it north and south and see what he could pick up. Here come the Rangers. They bring 2 wide receivers to the near side. The ball's on the far hash, I backfield. Turn around. Hand it out to Clancher. He's into the secondary level in a hurry. He's going to pick up 9 yards before he's going to be brought down by Yuso and Parker Olsen. And another first down as Clancher took the dive play from the fullback position. And
hits that hole quick, doesn't he? For a big guy.
For a big guy, he can get going. Obviously, what did they list him at? 6'4", 240, 230, 240. For a big man, he can get it rolling in a hurry. They'll come up with the same formation. Ridlin is the tailback. He's getting the ball this time, folks. It's my prediction. It's not a big one here because he does got the toss, turns it north and south, and now into the secondary level. He's got a first down and more as he's just grinding down to the 20-yard line where it'll be a gain of 16 yards for number 32, and he adds to that total. Another first down for the Rangers at the Bronco 20-yard line. A host of Broncos needed to bring down Ridlin, and he's for lack of a better term, he's feeling it right now. He's in the zone here. And Randy, what do you got down there for me?
To me, he's a north-south runner. He has his shoulders squared to the goal line, and that's where he's heading.
He's tossed. They would like to get him to the outside, but that hole is so inviting. He's got to break it back up inside. They'll go pro formation. Ridlin is the tailback. Clancher the fullback. Turn around. Wow, Clancher. I'm telling you, Severson, the quarterback, I don't think he got the ball there, so he flipped it to him, almost like, here, you're going by, pick this up. Clancher knocked the ball straight up into the air. It kept going forward. Clancher picks it up in the air, and he gets down to the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 yards for the big fella, and it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Rangers at the Bronco 15-yard line. You're not going to see a play like that every time a fullback be able to hit the ball up in the air, kind of almost like a bump in volleyball, and then he caught up with it and was able to retain possession for the Rangers. 2nd and 5. Severson taking a little extra time as he directs a little traffic here. Now turns around, tells something to Clancher. They hand it out to Clancher, and he's going to be barreling down towards the goal line as he's going to be brought down inside the 5-yard line at the 3. It's a dozen yards for Clancher, and I think that's what Severson was telling him. This is going to be wide open. You're going to run this in there. Here comes Rydberg. He's going to take Ridlin out of the game, and so the Rangers will have 1st and goal at the Bronco 3-yard line. Let's see. Did they put it at the 3? Yeah, they put it at the 4.
What did he get on that?
11.
11.
So the Broncos going to make a change here. They're going to bring Yuso out of the ball game. One of the cornerbacks. They'll stay with that I formation in the pro set. Turn around. Fake it to Clancher. He's into the end zone for his. Well, I got to make sure I get this right here. 2nd touchdown of the ball game. Yes. Clancher in on the 4-yard run, and it's 38-14 as Clancher goes in from 4 yards out with 4:42 remaining here in the 3rd quarter, and the Rangers up by 24 now at 38-14. This 2-point conversion is a big one because it makes it a 4-score game, and that can really kind of put the comfort level in for the Rangers as they are going to go 2, 4, 8 plays. They're going to go 65 yards. As here comes the 2-point conversion. Shotgun for Severson. Now puts a man in motion across the formation. They hand it off to Anderson on the jet play, and he is in for the 2-point run. And the Rangers lead it by a score of 40-14. 30-second timeout. We'll come back with more. You're listening on Lace Country 104.1 and Skeeter 101.5.
Rainy Lake Medical Center is proud to offer local athletes a robust sports medicine program that includes comprehensive rehabilitation for athletic injuries, post-surgical rehab, and return to sports guidance. Rainy Lake Medical Center's advanced concussion management program offers additional protection and peace of mind to athletes and parents. For more information, call Rainy Lake Medical Center Therapy and Wellness Department at 283-5420. Good luck, athletes, on a successful year from Rainy Lake Medical Center.
Stadium after the CI touchdown and 2-point conversion. It was Clancher with the touchdown run of 4 yards, and then the 2-point conversion run by number 21, Jason Anderson. And it's 40-14 in favor of CI. And again, it's a 26-point lead now. So again, that makes it not three scores, but makes it 4 scores. And that makes it tough for the Broncos to come back, despite the fact that there's almost 17 minutes remaining in this ballgame.
A lot of football here yet, but they've done nothing to slow down this Ranger team offensively.
Hashi ready to kick it off for CI. As he does it from the hash. So 6 guys on the far side of the field, 4 on the near side of the field. And number 78, he's right in the middle. Will he get the tackle on this one? We'll see. Hashi's kick is away. It's a low bounder. Swenson's going to pick it up at the 20. He just keeps going straight up the field, gets to the 30, gets knocked down by, guess who, number 78, Ports. He is going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line, so a 40-yard kick, a 13-yard return for Swenson. The Broncos will start 1st and 10 from their own 33-yard line. So we'll see if the Broncos can answer back. CI, we've already had 3 touchdowns, and we're not 8 minutes into this third quarter, kind of looking like Hinckley-Finlayson a few weeks ago when we had 49 points in the second quarter. And the Broncos, can they answer back on another CITD here? 3 receivers to the far side. Ball is on the near hash. In the backfield, Jake Olson is now in the running back along with Joslin. Joslin, directing a little traffic, looks over at the sideline. Crosby runs a player on late. Caught in the flat here by Torgerson, and he's going to be snowed under after a short gain, and they're going to blow the whistle here before they he's been pushed back about 5 yards, and they weren't going to blow the whistle. In on the play there, Anderson, along with Lingen, and getting in late there was Ports. I'm not saying he was a dirty hit. He just was waiting. He made the hit with the whistle. It's a gain of 1 on the pass play to Torgerson, and the Broncos will have 2nd and 9 from their own 34-yard line. 2 running backs in the backfield now. Crandall and Parker Olson. Jake Olson comes out of the ball game. 2 receivers to the far side. Joslin takes the snap. Handoff. Crandall breaks a tackle in the backfield, gets back to about the 35, and then Lingen hangs on, and coming in to support on the tackle, that is going to be Holmvig. So it'll be a gain of 2 yards for Crandall, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Falls from their own 36-yard line. And all guys, what do you think? Is this like 4-down territory right now, being down by 4 scores?
Yeah, pretty much.
With 15 and a half minutes remaining in the ball game, I'm thinking possibly so. They'll stay with the 2 running backs in the backfield here on 3rd and 7. Almost got the Rangers to jump offside there again. That would have been, I think, the 3rd time in this ball game, maybe the 4th time, but able to hang on there. Was Meyer, I believe, at his defensive tackle position. No, that I believe is Hagee, number 60. Well, it's going to be 53. That is Severson there. They're going to throw the hook and lateral, and they can get it away, and Joslin is able to use his strength to get that away, but they were looking for the hook and lateral, and that's the first time this season the Broncos did not complete that, and you got to give the Rangers credit. They were ready for that play right there. They had it well covered as Anderson was there along with Holmvig, and so now the incomplete pass brings up 4th and 7, and the Broncos are going for it. Nope, they're bringing Budrus back in, so they are going to punt here. I thought they initially thought about it, and going back deep is going to be decent to receive this punt. He's standing on his own 35-yard line, low snap. Budrus gets the kick away. That hits Torgerson in the back. I don't think there's any problem with that. Then the Rangers did touch it, and I think that this should be Bronco football. I think the Ranger player touched it, but now, wait, we got to go back. The Broncos touched it first, and so that will put the ball down right there. I got to get had to think back on that play before I made too much out of that. The punt is going to go, well, about 26 yards. No return for the Rangers. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Looking to add to their 40-14 lead here on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Again, happy to have you along on Lakes Country 104.1 in International Falls and on the Skeeter. Is it the Skeeter, or should I just say Skeeter? I like the Skeeter myself, 101.5. It's probably just Skeeter, I would think. So here come the Rangers. They're going to go shotgun, 2 running backs in the backfield, and the snap is going to get through Severson's hands. He's back to his 25. He's going to pick it up there, and he's going to be thrown for a big loss as Cody Joslin is going to come up with the tackle from his defensive end position, and we'll see where they give him his forward progress. It was all backwards, but where he picked up that ball and then was thrown down. They're going to put him at the 24-yard line, so it's a loss of 15 yards on the play. I'm not sure if Severson was completely ready for that snap. I'm not sure. Or maybe he was looking at the defense trying to get something set. I'm not sure. But it's a 15-yard loss for the Rangers. Now 2nd and 25. Under 2.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. CI 40 and International Falls 14. This is the final regular season game. We've got a whistle, and I think we've got a timeout. And this timeout is taken by CI. We'll take 30 seconds as well. You're listening to Bronco and Ranger football on Lakes Country 104.1 and Skeeter 101.5.
Hi, this is Sam.
And Megan Cassable.
New owners of Falls Lumber Company.
We invite you to stop in Monday through Friday between 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays from 8 a.m. to noon for all your building and remodeling needs.
We look forward to serving the borderland and surrounding areas with the best service and products in the lumber industry.
From paints and stains
to fireplaces and decking,
Falls Lumber Company has you covered.
Falls Lumber Company, 201 4th Street in the Falls.
Hi, this is Tony Skifstrom, Consumer Loan Officer at Border Bank. Finding the right vehicle can be challenging these days, but finding a competitive loan rate is a breeze at Border Bank. If you are in the market to purchase a new or used vehicle, take the stress out of the car buying process. Stop in and visit with me to explore what amount and interest rate you would be qualified for. We're Border Bank, your consumer loan headquarters for new wheels. Member FDIC.
Welcome back here to Sports Stadium. Sorry about that double commercial there, Tom. I just didn't get to the button like I should have. As we come out of the timeout, brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. Under center is Severson, 2nd and 25. 2 receivers to the near side, I-backs. This is the fullback up the middle, and he's going to get a gain of about 4 yards. Let's see who it is because it was not Clancher, and I couldn't tell. It was Ridlin on the carry. He's going to pick up 4 yards, and we'll call it 5 yards, actually, as he was on the 24 up to the 29. So 3rd and 20 for the Rangers from their own 29-yard line, 1:49 and counting remaining in this third quarter. Rangers up by 26 points at 40-14. Shotgun. Severson has one running back right alongside of him. Severson drops back, looks right, throws down the far side, and he's going to overthrow his intended receiver, Anderson, on the far side of the field, and it was well over. Actually, that is number 24, Holmvig, not number 21, as I stand corrected. So the incomplete pass will bring up a punting situation for the Rangers as they've got 4th and 20 from their own 29-yard line. Is this the first punt of the ball game for the Rangers?
Well, I think it is.
Feels like it is. I'm going off of just a sense there. Didn't go back and look back. Cooper Crandall stands on his own 40-yard line. 90 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Dropping back to punt. This looks like number 13, I believe. This is Hashi, who does the kicking duties. That would seem to make sense. Takes the snap. A little low, but he gets the kick away off the side of his foot a little bit. And fair catch for Crandall at about the 43-yard line. We'll see where they put him down officially. And I believe it's going to be a 28-yard punt. As they put it at the 43-yard line, the Broncos get a 3-and-out on defense. Of course, a little bit of a benefit there on that bad snap that went for the 15-yard loss. So the Broncos see if they can get back in here, trailing 40-14. 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield, although Parker Olsen is up. And now going under center is going to be Joslin. What the heck is going on? Is it going to go quarterback sneak? No, they're going to go handoff here to Crandall, and not fooled. Was Ports. Big number 78 comes into the backfield and throws Crandall for a 2-yard loss on that play. It'll be up 2nd and 12. And Ports there, Darren, he must have had a feeling about where that play was going because he got there about the same time that Crandall got the ball. He was standing right there. It was an easy throwdown for the 2-yard loss. Stay with the 2 running backs in the backfield, but now 1 on each side of Joslin. Takes the snap, drops back, looks left, pumps, now comes rolling out to the right as he's under pressure, and he's going to try to throw this one away. Does he get it to the line? Yes, he got it over the original line of scrimmage, and so he's able to do that as putting on the pressure there for CI. That was 14. That is Millsop that put the pressure on. He was trying to chase down Joslin from behind, and Joslin throws it away. And so to bring up 3rd and 12 now for the Broncos, the clock stops with 43 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Put the ball on the far hash again as the Broncos reset up here. They're going to stay with that 2 running back set. Thompson is going to go to the other side with Thompson, Kane Thompson and Torrin Thompson now on the far side. Hendricks Torgerson all alone with Anderson on the near side, and the Broncos looking for a one-on-one situation with number 82 versus number 21. Joslin. As Cooper to his right, Parker Olsen moves up and is going to help out on the coverage here. They're going to try to run. Oh, they fake the hook and lateral, and they throw it down. And did Anderson come up with the interception? He does at the 33-yard line. So the INT gives the essentially a punt on that play. It's if you want to call it a punt type of play on 3rd and 12, it would be a punt of about 26 or 27 yards. But CI is going to take over at their own 33-yard line. Now, did you see it that way, Randy? I don't know if you were watching it, but it looked like they were trying to run the hook and lateral again.
Yeah, I think that's what they had in mind, but I think the ball just kind of slipped coming out of Cody's hand.
Well, and I think Torgerson saw that Anderson had the coverage, and I think he broke it off. I think that was maybe the change to the play. Here come the Rangers, 1st and 10, pro formation, I backfield. This is handoff. No, this is the quarterback, Severson, still with it. Good job on the belly plays. He pulled it out of the belly of Ridlin, and it's going to be a gain of, 9 yards for the quarterback, Severson. And it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Rangers. And with 20 seconds and counting remaining, that probably could be the last play of the 3rd quarter.
He runs that belly play real well.
Well, and Ridlin does a great job of making it look like he has the ball. And then, the Rangers are going to let the clock run out. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and we will come back with the 4th quarter. Your score, Crosby-Ironton 40, International Falls 14. You're listening to it on Skeeter 101.5 and on Lakes Country 104.1.
Employees at Packaging Corporation of America have been producing quality paper for over a century. We understand our responsibility to the community, and we're honored to support the many needs and events occurring in the borderland. From providing donations to local schools and events to supporting organizations meeting physical needs in our community, Packaging Corporation of America does more than make paper. We make a difference.
Ekman GM of International Falls is loaded up with some high-end vehicles and trucks with low mileage. Get in now because these won't last. Check this out. A 2021 Chevy Silverado, 19,000 miles for only $49,990. And this one, a 2019 Chevy Silverado, 1500 LTZ, $45,990. And this 2021 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation, price to move at $48,990. Find out more at EkmanIFalls.com.
And the Rangers are leading the Broncos 40-14 on your PCA and Napa Auto Parts scoreboard. Make sure that you stay tuned for the post-game show. We'll have an interview. We'll go over some scores that we can get late and all that other stuff. And we'll make our speculations maybe on where the Broncos and the Rangers will be in the playoffs, as this is the final regular season game. Here come the Rangers, 2nd and 1 from their own 42-yard line. They're going to go in the pro formation with an I backfield. Severson under center. Fakes it to the fullback. Now pitches it to Rydberg on the far side. He's going to get around the outside. He's going to get enough for the first down. We'll see where the line judge on the far side sets him down, puts him at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 7. And it's 1st and 10 for the Rangers at their own 49-yard line. Our next week is going to be very busy. We'll have Viking playoff volleyball for the Little Fork Big Falls on Monday. We'll have football, maybe with North Central on Tuesday, maybe with the Broncos on Tuesday, depending upon how things go. Wednesday, we'll have Bronco volleyball. Thursday, we're going to have reports from Duluth with the cross country, and then hopefully we'll have volleyball and maybe football later in the week. I-backs, here's the trap up the middle to Ridlin, the fullback, lined up there. He's going to get down to about the Bronco 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 for number 32, and a late flag. And here the referee finally has had enough. And this flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175. Unsportsmanlike, no, I think only one side. I think this one is on CI. Now he points late. Let's see here. He pointed late, did the official, back at the Broncos, and I think he's changing his mind that he pointed the wrong way, and I think he's coming over to tell head coach Seth Edison, here's what's going on. It looks like he's almost saying like he was down on the ground, he was pushing on him, and I think this penalty is on the Broncos. He pointed the wrong way. So this penalty is on the Falls. Should be 15 yards. It's brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. Again, we're in the nice, toasty, warm press box area here, brought to you by Rainy River campus of Minnesota North College. Start your voyage at RRCC. Your future awaits you right here in your own backyard. So 15 yards added on to the end of the run. It's going to be a first down for the Rangers at the 32-yard line of the Broncos. And Parker Olsen is the guilty party coming out of the game. Does that mean he was the one with the penalty? I'm not sure. They're talking to him almost like we can't be doing this.
Well, Parker's another one of those kids that doesn't play this game for fun. And so, that really doesn't surprise me. He's in there for keeps.
Number 45, one of Georgia's favorite players, Logan Nordby, into the ball game at the nose tackle.
That was a little extracurricular after the play, that penalty.
I backfield. 2 wide receivers to the far side of the field for CI. This is going to be play action pass. They got a guy wide open as if just overthrew him, folks. And looking for Holmvig down the far side of the field. He was well behind the Bronco defense as they bit on the play action. And fortunately for the Broncos, an overthrow. And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Rangers at the 32-yard line. They were going for the nail in the coffin right there, boys.
They certainly were.
So 2nd and 10 from the Bronco 32-yard line. And, as a secondary player, you sometimes you have to learn those lessons the hard way when you bite up there hard like that, and then they go over the top. I backfield. Pro formation. Under center, Severson. He hands it off up the middle. And lots of room here. And running down the far sideline, this is number 10. I got to look him up here. That's Mendoza. And he is going to be hit out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. He was in at the fullback position, and they ran that little trap up the middle. And Mendoza is going to chug down to let's see where they put him. They'll put him at the 3-yard line. We'll call it a 29-yard gain and 1st and goal for the Rangers at the 3-yard line. And if the Rangers put this one in and go up by more than 30 points, I'm going to say that the Rangers are going to be the number 2 seed in Section 7-2A. I think I'll be safe in that call. Mendoza remains as the fullback as they come up with that pro formation. Severson under center, turns around, hands it off to Mendoza. He just gets in behind big number 77, and he gets down to the 1-yard line as he got in behind Wendorski, and we'll give him a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line for CI as we are under 11 minutes remaining in this ball game. And the Bronco players, not a lot of emotion here right now as they just kind of are feeling it, that they know they've been bested.
They have.
Rangers break the huddle. Severson will be under center. Will they look to run behind Wendorski again? That's my sense that that's where they're going to be going. Yeah, they're going to run the pitch to this side in a hole that, folks, I could have run through at 53 years of age. And into the end zone is Rydberg for the 1-yard touchdown run. And so he gets in there, and it's 46-14 in favor of CI as they score with 10:21 remaining as Rydberg gets the final yard here. And we'll see what they do on the 2-point conversion. And they are going to kick. I was going to say, this is the perfect time to kick the extra point. Hashi going to come out, so we'll see what happens here on the kick. This drive went, we got to make sure I get this right. It went 67 yards in 7 plays, and that's a pretty impressive drive here early in the 4th quarter. And the Rangers are going to get a 5-yard penalty here if the official is counting it right because they had 12 in the huddle. He's going to let it go. All right. The snap bounces in. They get the hold down. The kick is up, and it's through easily. Good kick there by Hashi as he splits the uprights even after the low snap and gives some credit to the holder there. That is Colby Severson, the quarterback, who came up with that. It's 47-14, 33-point lead for the Rangers. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back with the kickoff. You're listening on Lakes Country 104.1 and Skeeter 101.5.
Ekman GM of International Falls is loaded up with some high-end vehicles and trucks with low mileage. Get in now because these won't last. Check this out. A 2021 Chevy Silverado, 19,000 miles for only $49,990. And this one, a 2019 Chevy Silverado, 1500 LTZ, $45,990. And this 2021 GMC Sierra 1500 Elevation, price to move at $48,990. Find out more at EkmanIFalls.com.
Sports Stadium, 10:21 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's 47-14 in favor of the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. And the kickoff will be coming from Hashi, far side of the field as the Rangers are going left to right in this 4th quarter. Again, we're going to have a busy week next week with playoffs getting started, volleyball playoffs, football playoffs, cross country with their section meets. And pretty soon We'll be talking about championships and changing over to the winter season and hockey games and basketball and such. Hashi ready to kick it off. Approaches the ball and drives it down the far side. Swenson's going to catch it right at the 20-yard line. He doesn't mess around. He goes out to the far side, 35, 40, and he'll be run out of bounds near the 45-yard line. So a good return for Hayden Swenson. We'll see where they officially put him out of bounds on that play. And looking to see, the official looks like he's walking at about the 44-yard line. So a 24-yard return for Swenson. The Broncos down by 33. Will start right there at the 44-yard line. Let's see if the Broncos have made any changes in the backfield or line up front. It looks like they are sticking with the formation. As Hollis, the tackle, and him and Kenyon Olsen, I can see, are discussing things along the way there. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Crandall to the left of Joslin. Joslin drops back, throws down the middle of the field. Wide open is Budgers, but he got it a little bit behind him. Budgers had gotten past Millsop in the slot, but Joslin, that throw...
Just a little too quick. He could have set up just a little bit longer. It would have been a lot nicer pass.
Yeah, he maybe needed to put a little error underneath that ball. Budgers broke open. I don't think he was expecting them to break open that well, but certainly did there. The Broncos will stay with 3 receivers on the near side. They're going to bunch them up on the near side. Crandall will stay in the backfield to the left of Joslin, who, again, is in the shotgun, as he is about 98% of the time. This is going to be a handout to Crandall off the right-hand side. He breaks into the linebacker level, makes a tackle there, and he's got a first down, and still won't go down, as he's going to get inside the 40-yard line, and man, oh man, that's going to put him over 1,000 yards for the season, possibly. George, tell me that he's up to 40.
Really close.
All right, I better tell you how many yards. That will help. They're going to put him at the 37-yard line, so that is going to be a 19-yard carry for the sophomore, and it's 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the 30. Well, now they're going to put him way back at the 39-yard line, George. So make it only 17 yards. Okay. So the Broncos go 2 wide receivers each side. 1st and 10 at the Ranger 39-yard line as we go under 10 minutes remaining in this ball game. Joslin with Cooper to his right. This is going to be Joslin going off the right-hand side. He's got 9, 10, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds on the far side of the field, but not until he has a first down. They're going to put him out of bounds about the 24-yard line. So this is we'll wait till they officially put the ball on the ground. The umpire on the near side says it was 15, and we're going to give him 15 yards. We'll put him on the 24-yard line. And so 1st and 10 for the Broncos. So 2 plays, 32 yards rushing for the Falls. The Broncos will go with 2 wide receivers on each side, but look at where Kane Thompson, he's more of a wing rather than a wide receiver. And now they're going to look for Torgerson down the far sideline. He throws it up, does Joslin, makes the break on it. Torgerson will come down with the catch, and the Broncos have cut the deficit to 47-20 on a 24-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Torgerson. And the Broncos will look for 2 points, I'm going to assume here. So 47-20 after the 24-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Torgerson. That is their second connection. The first one was 22 yards. This one is 24 yards on the play. So the Broncos drive right down the field. They go 56 yards on 3 plays. Here comes the 2-point conversion play. Let's see what the Broncos decide to do. They're going to run a little, I'm not sure what this play is, folks. They're going to throw it to Crandall, and he's going to get into the end zone. It looked like it was going to be a little bit of an option play, but then Crandall broke it off, and, I don't think that was the design of the play, but the result, nonetheless, gets the 2-point conversion. The Broncos down 47-22 with 9:24 remaining. Onside kick coming, I think, right after this 30-second timeout.
City Drug, your community Health Mart pharmacy, invites you to eat well and live better with Frontier Soups. Gluten-free, non-GMO, no added salt or preservatives. The homemade minute mixes offer a variety of easy-to-prepare soups. South of the Border Tortilla and Chicago Bistro French Onion are best-selling favorites. Try Minnesota Heartland 11 Bean Soup or the always popular Rocky Mountain Trail Loaded Potato Soup. Frontier Soups, clearly made from ingredients you know. City Drug Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Welcome back to Sports Stadium. We're going to give that the play of the game brought to you by Canner Electric. For all your electrical needs, both commercial and residential, stop at Canner Electric at 500 4th Street in International Falls, or you can call them at 218-283-8319. That 24-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Torgerson, their second connection, of the ball game. Not only George having issues with the cough, but me as well. So here come the Broncos. The Rangers got 7 guys up within 15 yards of the ball. I think they could be suspecting my suspicions that we could see onside, and it's not. It's a drive down the middle of the field. Going to be picked up at about the 16-yard line by Deason. He heads to his left, and it's going to be Joslin who kicked the ball off and makes the tackle on the play. Who does that remind you of, George?
Yeah, that reminds me of Reggie. But I'll tell you, Cody, he's not too bad at it either. He's in that hunt every time he kicks off.
So the Rangers will start 1st and 10 from there. Well, we're going to put it down at the 30-yard line, I believe. So that's where the Rangers, with their 27-point lead, will start here with 9:19 remaining. I look out onto the field, and I don't see many subs coming in for the Rangers here. So I don't think they're willing to say, look, the Broncos can't come back here and do something crazy, even though they're still down by 25 points at 47-22. I think I said 47-20 a few moments ago. They will go under center with Severson. Ridlin, the fullback. He gets the handoff, and they kind of push the pile forward, and a host of Broncos in that defensive line with Parker Olson and Zach Uso coming up. He comes off the bottom of the pile, and also there, I did see number 42, so we'll call it a gain of 2 yards on the play, and it'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Rangers from their own 32, under 9 minutes now remaining. As they break the huddle, looks like they are, they're going to tight end. Okay, 2 wide receivers to the near side. I see it now. I backfield. Ridlin, the fullback. Can't tell you who the tailback is. He's going to get the toss. Coming to the near side, this is Rydberg. Gets a block, breaks a tackle, and now up beyond the 35, and then cut down there by number 60. That's Rocola, who got in last week a little bit, starting at the guard position and played a little linebacker, and all his teammates come up and say, hey, nice tackle, come down low. And he's just a freshman as he comes up with that tackle. It's going to be a gain of 4 yards for Rydberg, and it's going to bring up 3rd, and we'll call it 4 yards, we'll call it, for the Rangers at the 36-yard line. They'll go pro formation, I backfield. Severson taking his time. There's no rush. Sees the back judge put up his hand, which tells you that there's about 5 seconds remaining. And Severson barks out the signals. Now tosses it near side right there. Cody Joslin for the tackle for loss, as Rydberg was, I'm going to say it this way. Millsap tried to get the hook on the block. Joslin just beat him to the outside. It was just one of those situations that he couldn't do anything about. It's a loss of 2 yards on the play for Rydberg. Brings up 4th and 6 from the 34-yard line. And CI will bring out their punter. Hashi will get a chance to kick this away. Cooper Crandall stands back on his own 34-yard line. Step outside. Too warm in the Rainy River Community College press box, Rainy River campus of Minnesota North College.
No, it's not.
It is too warm. I got to get out here and cool off. A little bit of a snap that's a little bit wide, but Hashi gets it away. Hollis almost blocked that, and Crandall fair catches it. And I think they'll put him down at the 35-yard line. So the punt is going to be of 31 yards, no return. And the Broncos will start 1st and 10 from their own 35, down by 25. So it's still 4 scores. So the Broncos need 4 possessions in the last 7 minutes and 1 second of this ball game. Again, stay tuned for the post-game show brought to you by Nelson Salvage and Recycling, where we'll give away a couple of, awards, moments of the game, and we'll also have a post-game interview with number 82. Broncos will start 2 wide receivers on each side. Joslin takes the snap, fakes it. Now they're going to try to throw it deep. They're looking down the near sideline and tipped away by Deason. Good job there by number 18, Carter Deason, to take care of that. The Broncos were looking for number 22, George, and I got to look up number 22 because, to be honest with you, I don't think I've seen him play in a game this year. This is Caleb Joslin. Wow. Brother looking for brother.
You're kidding
coming
me.
Down the near sideline, and now Joslin is going to come out of the ball game. I think that was the sole goal. Let brother try to throw it to brother. Final regular season game. Now Hayden Swenson comes into the ball game. He will take over as the quarterback for the Broncos on 2nd and 10. You're going to run a little bit of an option with Crandall. Gets to the outside, breaks a couple of tackles. He's across the 40 before he's going to be brought down by Mendoza and Kamara. And Cooper Crandall goes over 1,000 yards, and he gets up very slowly, folks. That was gets them to 48, right, George? Tell me that.
How many did he get?
I wanted you to just say yes, that's what happened. They are going to give him 7, which is enough, I believe.
That's going to put him at 49.
Well, we're going to call it 6 because it was at the 36. I can't read my own writing, folks.
Well, then
42-yard line. He is at exactly 1,000 yards for the season right now. He's going to get a handoff, and he's going to break that right now as he comes. No, this is Jake Olson. 45. Midfield is where he's going to be tackled by the Rangers' Evan Rydberg, who's playing the corner on this near side. They're going to put him right at midfield. That's an 8-yard gain for Olson. Jake Olson. I got to make sure I separate and keep those distinct as they put the ball right at midfield. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. That forward line up front, the offensive line for the Broncos stays the same. Also in for the Broncos as the slot on the far side of the field. That's number 12. And we were supposed to talk about number 12 last week. I think I've forgotten already who that is. Swenson ready to take the snap here on 1st and 10. He throws it out in the flat. No, he fakes it, pulls it down. Now he's going to scramble, looking for a block. He breaks a tackle. He's going to get 5 and maybe 6 yards. And Millsop had a chance at him in the backfield, but didn't come up with it. And so they'll put him at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 6 yards on the scramble by Swenson, as it'll be, well, they'll put him right at the 45-yard line. Call it 5 yards only, George.
Another one of the Super Frosh.
Number 12 here. Boy, I apologize that I don't have that down. I did get an updated roster, but I don't have a 12 on it, so I can't help us out. 5.5 minutes remaining. This is going to be a carry by Olson. He's across the 40-yard line, and Jake is going to get down to about the 38-yard line. It's going to be a pickup of 7 for number 34, and it's a first down for the Broncos at the 38-yard line of the Crosby-Ironton Rangers. 5:18, the clock stopped at for now while they move the chains, and we're actually going to give them 8 yards. We're going to put them at the 37, George.
Good idea.
Change my mind. I get to do that on the air every once in a while.
It's your show. You tell me all the time.
It's my show. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. 2 wide receivers each side. Swenson waits for the snap, gets it, looks in the flat, throws it here to Caleb Joslin, and he had it. But I think he was looking upfield to see where he was going to be running with that ball, and as he did that, he drops it, and so the Broncos will have 2nd and 10 from the CI 37. Clock stops with 5:04. Number 12 comes to the near side of the field. I should almost be able to make a guess on this, but for the life of me, I can't. 3 wide receivers now to the near side. Torgerson all by himself on the far side. They're going to look down the near side, and all the Bronco receivers went to the middle of the field, and Swenson threw that one to the near sideline. So Swenson looks around
I'm not
like...
sure what he was looking at there.
Well, somebody was supposed to be there, at least in Hayden Swenson's mind, and maybe that youth in those 3 wide receivers with Thompson, Joslin, and our mystery number 12. And now we get a flag. Whoa, this was just thrown, folks. And let's see what this is going to be. We've got intentional grounding. That's an impossible penalty, folks.
It really is.
So he misreads what the receivers are supposed to do, and they're going to call a penalty on that? Wow. That's a tough call. And that flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175. That's a tough penalty because not only is that a 5-yard penalty, but it's a loss of down for the fall. So they'll have 3rd and 15, and they're going to put that at the 45-yard line. So it actually ends up being an 8-yard penalty for the Broncos, and it'll bring up 3rd and 18 from the 45-yard line. I'm not sure how they assessed that he threw that ball from the 40-yard line, but and Seth Edestead is, well, can I frankly say he's disappointed in the call? I don't think he can believe it. Oh, the down marker has 4th down. It's 3rd down. It should be 3rd down because the throw was on 2nd down. Then the penalty with loss of down makes it 3rd down. So they're right. Seth Edestead, he's not unhappy maybe with he probably should be unhappy with the call. I'm just going to say it that way, folks. And so the officials wear the little string on their fingers, folks, so they can keep track of what down it is.
Well, which direction to point to? They've been doing that all night.
3rd down here is the call. They got together. Seth Edestead got it right. And so now 3rd and 18 for the Broncos from the CI 45. 4:57 remaining in the ballgame. Broncos down 25. Swenson drops back. Heaves it down the far sideline looking for Torgerson. He comes back to the ball, high points it, and can't come up with it. On the defense there for the Rangers was Hashy as he got a hand in there So the incomplete pass is going to bring up 4th and 18 for the Broncos from the 45-yard line. No sense thinking about punt here by the Broncos. With down 25 points with under 5 minutes remaining in the ball game. They'll put 2 wide receivers each side of the field. Swenson, the entire team looking over at the coaching staff as the play gets called here. No rush with the clock stopped. 2 coaches signaling. I don't know who they're watching. We're not supposed to know. That's the beauty of it. Hayden takes the snap, drops back, looks down the field, and boy, Torgerson ran into a wall there at about the 30-yard line, but the official was, I think, looking to see if that ball was going to be intercepted because Swenson's throw was well overthrown, and the Broncos will turn it over here on downs as it'll be 1st and 10 for CI at their own 45-yard line, and the Broncos are going to bring out some subs here on defense. I can see that, Pablo Christensen was out on the field for that final play, and now he's coming off. I was thinking he was going to be one of them, but now I look out there, it's pretty much the defense for the Broncos, and I look at the CI offensive line. It's pretty much their starting offensive line out there. Severson is still the quarterback, and now Pablo Christensen is going to go into the lineup as Cooper Crandall comes out of the ballgame. The Rangers are going to go I-backs. The tailback is way deep on this one. The handoff is to the, this is the quarterback Severson keeping it, and Brody Carlson says, you're not getting around me this time. He gets some help there from, guess who? Pablo. Is it shocking that he's in on the tackle?
No, not at all.
Not for me, it's not. No. It's a loss of 2 yards on the play. And it'll bring up 2nd and 12 for the Rangers from their own 43. The Rangers just want to see the clock move here. Ridlin comes out of the ball game for CIs. He heads to the sideline. But again, that starting lineup, that starting 5 on the offensive line, it's those same 5 guys. And Severson still in at quarterback, up by 25 points. I'm just saying, I'm a little so shocked. You don't want to see anybody get hurt here for the Rangers. They go pro formation, I backfield. 2nd and 12. Severson, long count. Now takes and hands it off. Lucas Hollis says, I'll grab hold of the fullback, throws him down for maybe a short gain. As I look to see what number that was. Was it Mendoza, number 10? Yes, it was number 10. And so we'll give him a gain of, he'll get those 2 yards back that were lost on the previous down. And it'll be 3rd and 10 for CI from their own 45-yard line. 3:35 and counting remaining here in the ball game. Looks like the Rangers are going to improve to 4-4 on the season, be the number 2 seed in the Section 7 2A playoffs. Get Tuesday off, play next Saturday at home against the number 3 seed. Could be the Broncos coming to Crosby to take on CI there on Saturday the 29th. 3rd and 10. Severson turns around, tosses it. Tailback has it coming around the near side. We've got a flag behind the play as the Pablo Christensen was dragged down from behind. The Broncos are going to get a tackle after about 6 yards. Kane Thompson, Zach Yuso, there on the tackle of Hafner, who is the halfback, and now he's going to stay down on the ground as looks like maybe he got a leg rolled up on a little bit there in that pile. And a good hustle by the trainer for CI. Man, how did he get across the field that fast? I don't know how he got there. I didn't see what the flag is, but it is on the Rangers.
I believe it was a block in the back.
There's a holding call, and the Broncos are actually going to decline it after the 6-yard gain. So that's going to bring up 4th and 4 for the Rangers at the Bronco 49-yard line. And
that's Amon Haver down there, and he was in a little bit of pain there, but he's a tough kid. He's going to come out.
I'm trying to put some weight on that.
Yeah,
and if you've ever had one of those happen, you get rolled up on a little bit, and all of a sudden you get a little nervous about how that feels, and it doesn't feel very good. Clock stop with 3:08. Make sure you stay tuned for the Nelson Salvage and Recycling post-game show, where we'll talk about our North Star Electric Energy Star Player of the Game. We'll give away our Sleeper Moment of the Game, brought to you by Northland Sales and Service, and we'll also give away the Comeback Moment of the Game, brought to you by Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center. The CI punt team comes onto the field, so it looks like we are going to see a punt. I'm not saying they're going to fake, but hey, things happen here. It's a strange thing. Back deep to receive the punt is going to be Hayden Swenson as he stands on his own 20-yard line. Cashy, and we got a whistle. What do we got going on here? 2 officials are talking. Ports is getting ready here to snap, and everybody's good. Referee says you're good. We're good. We're all good. Yep. 2:59 remaining here in the ball game. The Broncos down 47-22 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. Need a new battery? Score one today at Napa Auto Parts. Low snap, bounces away from Hashi. He's going to try to run with this. He breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles, puts his head down. He's going to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, and then we get a late flag. And I'm not sure what this is going to be for. In on the tackle for the Broncos was Godovan, and then we'll see what the flag is. Hashi got back to the 50-yard line, which is going to be a loss of a yard on the play, but we'll see what the decision is. And I told you, I didn't think the punt was going to happen. I had a feeling, George. So let's see what the flag is here. And it's brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, and the flag is going to be declined. It's a block in the back on the Rangers, and that penalty is declined. The Broncos will take over at midfield here. Again, stay tuned for the post-game interview. Randy's going to go find number 82 as quickly as he can, and then he's going to bring him over nice and close so that we can chat with him. The Broncos are going to bring in some reserves here on the near sideline down here for the Broncos. You've got number 27 into the ball game. That is Nicholas Anderson. And Parker and a couple players hobbling after that play. Two wide receivers each side. Swenson is the quarterback. He's got Pablo Christensen. That snap was high from the new center. Swenson catches it, and he'll get back just about to the line of scrimmage. We'll see where they mark him. They put him right at the 50-yard line, so no loss, no gain for the Broncos. 2nd and 10 coming up with 2:30 remaining in the ball game. Let's see if I can run down that interior line for you for the Broncos. Number 63 is into the ball game. That is Andrew Ide, the center. I can't tell what his number is. George, can you tell me? It almost looks like 54, but it's got to be 64, huh? That is Olsen.
64.
And his handoff is to Pablo Christensen. He gets around the outside. Did he take him down there? Thought maybe he had lost the ball, but the way everybody was reacting, it's going to be a short game. We'll call it a gain of 2 yards for Pablo, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 8 for the Broncos at the CI 48-yard line. Also in is Racola at the right guard. And so those are your substitute. I also see for the Broncos over on the far sideline, number 85. That's Carter Line in at the slot. And also Wyatt Jansen in at the split end. Dropping back is Swenson. He's under pressure. He pulls it down. He's going to run with this, try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Makes a good move. Back to the line of scrimmage. Breaks a tackle. He's going to have enough for the first down. What a move there by the freshman quarterback, as the tackle going to be made by Rydberg and McLean, as the Broncos will pick up 8 yards and a first down on that scramble.
That was really a nice run.
Well, he's an athlete. Now we got a player down on the field for CI, and that is Rydberg. It seems like, and I'm just thinking back, he was running back earlier in the game. Did he go down as well there? Maybe a little twist of the leg there?
Yeah, maybe.
I can tell this is a cramp. Immediately you can tell that this is a cramp in the calf area, so not a major injury. I know cramps can be very painful and whatever else, but it looks like the running back, the cornerback in this case, Rydberg will be all right. Coming into the ballgame, number 35 into the backfield, Christensen out, and for the Broncos, that is Jaden Crow, who comes in for the Falls. Looks like he might get an opportunity to touch the ball here. 83 seconds remaining in this ball game. CI is going to win this game as they lead at 47-22 on your Napa Auto Parts and PCA scoreboard. And
Young man had a cramp.
Okay. Well, like I said, that's way better than what it definitely could have been. So the Broncos put 2 wide receivers each side. Crow is the running back alongside Swenson to his right. They're just waiting for Rydberg to get off the field. Now he has got to the sideline, and so now we're ready for 1st and 10. Throw it into the flat. Caught there by Caleb Joslin, and that's his first varsity catch, I believe. It is going to be a reception of 4 yards we'll give him on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Broncos. So just a little, Joslin runs about a 2-yard pattern, and Swenson just turns, fires it to him, and Joslin gets what he can. CI making some changes. They're trying to get guys out onto the field. This is going to be a handoff to Crow. He's got, down near the first down marker. It's going to be at the 31-yard line. And Coach Seth Edison runs out on the field. He wants to call one of his 3 timeouts. They don't do you any good when you go home with them, right?
No good at all.
But he's making these fans out here sit out in this cold weather. And Randy Anderson down on the sideline going, I'd like to go get warmed up here at some point. We're going to call it a gain of 4 yards for Crow on that run, and they'll bring up 3rd and 2 for the Broncos. This timeout is brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. For a home that is professionally cleaned all year round, call Service Master at 218-283-4475. Todd and Gretchen will take very good care of you. And again, we've got a post-game show coming up here by Nelson Salvage and Recycling. If you have scraps or metal that you need to get rid of, call Nelson Salvage and Recycling at 218-283-8018. Brian, he'll take care of you. He'll know exactly what to do with those materials and get you some cash. In the interim, the Broncos come out of the timeout here with 49 seconds remaining. They'll keep with the two receivers on each side. Also coming into the ball game here for the Broncos, number 87, that is Jaden Pearson. I'm getting some of these young guys that we haven't seen them play in a game yet this year. Crow gets the handoff. He's got the first down and more. 25 as he's trying to grind out there and does a good job. It's a gain of 9 yards on the play for Jaden Crow. So 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the Ranger 23-yard line. 43 seconds remaining. Broncos have a timeout remaining, 2 timeouts remaining. Guess what? They took one of them. And again, it's brought to you by Service Master of International Falls. Well, sleeper moment. Who surprised you in this ball game, George?
Well, I tell you what I'm really kind of amazed is watching just how young these Broncos are and how well they're performing. I mean, young Mr. Swenson, Hayden is not only really solid at quarterback, but he runs the ball real well. And I'm seeing Pablo Christensen out there picking up where his big brother left off. Now, this is going to be a very good team someday. No two ways about it.
Northland Sales and Service can help you get a good night's rest with brands like Serta. You will wake up feeling refreshed and ready to tackle another day. Northland Sales and Service also has pillows, sheets, and mattress protectors. Stop in today and let Tony and Maya help you start getting your best sleep. Northland Sales and Service, 500 3rd Street in downtown International Falls. Out of the timeout, a throw out into the flats. That is going to be caught there by the Broncos' Nicholas Anderson for his first varsity catch as Swenson and him hook up. And the final timeout by the Broncos, the clock was stopped. They had plenty of time to do whatever they wanted. This is going to be a 12-yard catch and run for the freshman. Got to make sure before I say number 27 is a freshman, and Nicholas is a freshman officially. And they're going to put the ball, I'm going to call it at the 11-yard line. So the Broncos will have 1st and 10 there. The Broncos have no timeouts left now, 35 seconds remaining. I think they'd like to see this JV team, who hasn't got to play now for about 10 days. I think they'd like to see these young kids get out there with the lights on, right, and the fans in the stands, right, and get them a touchdown. And the CI Rangers, they also have their subs in during this time, and I probably should be doing a little bit better job of covering who's out there and making tackles for them. But it's tough when you've got two brand new sets of peoples out there on the field. As the Broncos, they're out of the timeout. They want to get things going here. Broncos have a new tackle in on the right-hand side, and that is Ashton Lennox. Okay. Broncos, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line of the Rangers. Swenson drops back, looks down the middle of the field, and it is going to be a touchdown. And that is going to be caught by the Broncos, number 85, and that is Carter Line. And boy, I can think of a happy mother on down there with her cheerleaders as her son just caught his first varsity touchdown. And the Broncos close the gap to 47-28 with 31 seconds remaining in the ballgame. So that is an 11-yard pass from Swenson to Line. The Broncos.
Another freshman.
So we'll see what they decide to do on the 2-point conversion here. They're going to go under center with Swenson. He's just going to go with the quarterback sneak, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. And he didn't screw around anytime, waste any time, folks, getting up there and getting that snap and pushing it in before the Rangers defense could get set. So the score here now, 47-30. Are we going to see an onside kick, guys?
Yeah, I reckon you might.
Might as well, right? 9:34. Jeez, how can this game be taking this long? I know the Broncos have thrown a little bit, but oofta. So we'll expect that maybe an onside kick coming up here. And again, join us for the post-game show where we'll be talking with Hendricks Torgerson. If Randy gets over there, he could be lining that interview up right now, and we could get on with that interview. We'll see if I spurred Randy on. Oh, I see him. He's cruising into that area. So Hendricks is on the field right now for the kickoff. So I don't think he's going to be able to, get him in this case right now, but he'll move into position. Joslin will kick it off. The Rangers, they are expecting a deep kick here. And way offside for the Broncos is Kane Thompson. They did throw the flag. It's going to come down at about the 21-yard line. And this is Mendoza, I believe, that is on the return and finally going to be brought down by Parker Olson at about the 37-yard line. But we'll see what the Rangers want to do. I think they'll just probably add the 5 yards on at the end of the play, I think is how they will do it.
Kane was a little bit ahead of the ball.
He
there.
was a little bit. He was
Yeah.
He was 2 steps beyond the 40-yard line in my mind. So this flag brought to you by Arrowhead Transit, 1-800-862-0175, option 5 for a ride in the International Falls area. And, they'll decline the penalty, and they'll just put the ball at the 37. I thought they had instituted that rule into the high schools, but obviously not. I'm ranking myself. We'll have to look that one up for the rules of the game for the next Bronco game. Whenever that's going to be on Tuesday or Saturday, we'll find out tomorrow at about noon. One play here for the Rangers. They are going to go into essentially the victory formation. The quarterback takes the knee. That will end the ball game. Your score: Crosby-Ironton 47, International Falls 30. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll come back with the post-game show. You're listening to high school football for CI Rangers and the International Falls Broncos on Lakes Country 104.1 and on Skeeter 101.5.
The National Propane Gas Association recommends that all gas systems should be routinely inspected every 5 years. Lakes Gas in the Falls can check your gas systems on a regular basis. A gas system safety inspection only takes 1 or 2 hours and includes a leak test as well as a visual inspection of all your gas appliances. Lakes Gas has a fall special on gas safety system inspections right now, so call Lakes Gas for an appointment today. Lakes Gas, your local propane company since 1959.
A message from CAPE, Couchiching Area Prevention and Education. Be present. Most Falls High students do not feel pressured to drink alcohol by their friends. We learn from the past, live in the present, and strive for the future. CAPE is working together to empower the communities within Couchiching County through prevention, education, collaboration, and shared leadership to reduce alcohol and tobacco use among youth and young adults. Together, we are strong. This ad has been funded by Drug Free Communities grant funding.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, it's the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, the best Coke ever. Find out for yourself.
Winter, summer, spring, or fall, Falls International Airport has you covered for your vacations. Whether you're looking to head to a big city or a sandy beach, Falls International Airport can help you make your connection to anywhere. With a modern terminal, free parking, free Wi-Fi, shorter lines, easy baggage claim, and more, you'll be happy you booked your flight out of Falls International Airport. To schedule your vacation getaway or for more information, log on at internationalfallsairport.com.
Welcome back to Sports Stadium here as we have our Nelson Salvage and Recycling post-game show, and we're going to send it right down to Randy Anderson. He's got Hendricks Torgerson for our post-game interview. Well,
Torgerson
there
here.
you go.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I checked his gloves. He doesn't have glue on them, but he's got big hands, he said. So what were you looking for on offense, Lou? Was Cody looking specifically for you on those touchdowns?
Yeah, a couple guys injured out there. So we talked before the game, and I just told them I'm going to be open. Not open, just throw it anyway. I'll catch it.
Well, you certainly did catch it. And how about the interceptions on defense? Guarding a certain receiver, or were you playing free safety?
No, I'm the free safety out there, so I just got free roam all in the back. I'm just reading the quarterback's eyes, go wherever he's looking, and get the ball.
Well, you had a number of tackles, too, not only tonight, but other games. I hear your name a lot. Do you just have a nose for a ball, or are there things you're keying on?
No, running back gets through the line. I'm the last line of defense. I just know I got to make a tackle out there before touchdown happens.
Well, you do, because you come up really hard and make some big stops. Anything specifically you guys were looking for to try to stop CI or slow them down a little bit? It seems like they had 5 or 6 guys carry the ball, so what were you kind of looking for?
Oh, Well, we knew they like the sweep, they like going outside, and the fullback dive, and they like their quarterback running the ball, but they just couldn't execute there.
Okay, it seemed like they went to the halfbacks on the options and the dives in the first quarter and a half or so, and then it seemed like they went to the big fullback after that a little bit.
Yeah, that big guy, he likes running the ball. He runs really hard, and sometimes it's just hard to take him down.
Yeah, I can believe that at 6'4", 230, he pretty much steamrolls and gets going. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you guys in the playoffs, and a great effort tonight, and that's a tough team you played. So good job, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, thanks, Hendricks.
That is Hendricks Torgerson joining us there for the post-game interview, and I'm just gonna go out and name him the Energy Star Player of the game. The power of human connections can be seen on and off the field, and the same is true with North Star Electric. Congratulations to Hendricks Torgerson, this game's Energy Star Player of the game from North Star Electric. And our comeback moment of the game is brought to you by Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center at 1322 3rd Street. When you need to make a comeback due to back, neck, or leg pain, call Align Chiropractic and Wellness Center at 218-283-2243 and let Alyssa Clarity get you on the road to recovery. And my comeback, I'm going to just say the Broncos really didn't give up in this game, George. They kept coming back at the Rangers. The Rangers, I'm going to say it this way, folks, were in control of this game really from the outset. They built a 24-0 lead before the Broncos really got themselves going. If you think about it, since 24-0, the Broncos actually outscored CI by a score of 30-23. But the game pretty much in the hands of CI. They were in control most of the game.
No, but the Broncos, they really can explode for points. I mean, when they were down that much, they never quit, and they just kept on hammering them, and they wound up putting points on the board, and they've been doing that 3 out of the last 4 games. So, they do a pretty good game considering that their best running back only picked up 48 yards, enough to get them over the 1,000, but...
Yeah, we'll make it official when we do the stats over the weekend here. But we believe Cooper Crandall gets to 1,000 yards, but he was held in the 40s, and he hasn't had a game like that since early in the season where he's had that few yards. Let's run down the scoring for you in this ball game. CI got the only touchdown of the first quarter. It was a 65-yard touchdown run by Colby Severson. He added the 2-point conversion, and the Rangers led with 5 minutes left in the first quarter by a score of 8-0. Gabriel Ridlin would add a 4-yard run, touchdown run, 8:48 remaining in the second quarter. Clancher would add the 2-point conversion. It was 16-0. Clancher then got himself into the end zone with a 6-yard run with 2:54 remaining in the second quarter. He pushes in the 2-point conversion, and it was 24-0 in favor of CI. A 22-yard touchdown pass with 22 seconds remaining in the first half from Cody Joslin to our player of the game, Hendricks Torgerson. Then the pass from Joslin to Parker Olson, and the Broncos trailed 24-8 at halftime. CI came out, took the opening kickoff, drove it down the field. They get a 38-yard touchdown run by Rydberg. The 2-point conversion pass was good, 32-8 in favor of CI. The Broncos went right down, scored just a couple of minutes later on a 43-yard touchdown pass from Joslin to Landon Budrus. The 2-point conversion pass failed, and the Broncos were down 32-14. CI would score the next 2 touchdowns. It would be a 4-yard run by Clancher. The run by Anderson was good, and then Rydberg went in from 1 yard out for his second touchdown of the game with 10:21 remaining in the ball game. The extra point kick by Hashi was good, and it was 47-22, 47-14. The Broncos get the final 2 scores of the game. A 24-yard touchdown pass to Torgerson from Joslin. The 2-point conversion pass went to Cooper Crandall. The Broncos closed that gap down to 47-22, and then the Broncos scored with 31 seconds remaining. An 11-yard pass from Swenson to Carter Line, and then Swenson puts in the 2-point conversion for the final margin of 47-30. The CI Rangers, they end the season at 4-4. They will be the number 2 seed. They will host a playoff game on Saturday, October 29th, scheduled for 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We don't think that will change. The Broncos, they got to wait and see. I have not seen the score from the Hinckley-Finlayson-Masabi East game, but that game is going to have a lot of effect whether the Broncos end up in 3rd place or 4th place. And here's the reason why. If Masabi East beats Hinckley-Finlayson and moves up close enough to the Broncos, they would have the tiebreaker, and Masabi East could go all the way from 5th to 3rd on that look of the playoffs, and that would drop the Broncos to 4th, and Hinckley-Finlayson would be playing here on Tuesday. The QRF will be set tomorrow approximately about noon, and we'll find out who the Broncos are playing and where they're playing, if at all, on Tuesday, and we'll have all that for you. We know that the North Central Stars did not play tonight. They ended their regular season at 4-3. I believe they will be the number 4 seed and be hosting Big Fork on Tuesday in the opening round of the playoffs. So we're either going to have Bronco football for you, or we're going to have North Central Stars football on the air for you coming up on Tuesday. Final thought, George.
Hey, what a season. It went by so fast, but we're watching a Bronco team grow and evolve. I'm real proud of these kids. They come at you all day long, and they played well tonight. I was not disappointed in their efforts.
The Broncos end their regular season with a 2-6 record. They got those 2 wins in the middle of the season as they took down Hinckley Finlayson and Greenway Nashwauk-Keewatin. My feeling, folks, if I can be honest with it and just give you my 2 thoughts and my 2 cents worth in, and I guess that's what they pay me to do, the Broncos will be the number 3 seed. I just got a feeling, just off that Hinckley Finlayson game, that Hinckley Finlayson is going to beat Mesabi East. The Broncos will end up with the 3 seed and be at Crosby-Ironton on Saturday the 29th. That's just my feeling, but we'll find out officially tomorrow. Last words, guys. Any thoughts, final thoughts? Randy?
I thought, just like all season long, the Broncos fight hard the whole game, every game they play. They never give up. They just keep battling, and they do a lot of good things out there, and they're tough kids, and they're fun to watch.
They are hard-nosed kids, and they're going to get thicker and bigger, and their attitude is going to get, it's like they say, blood, whatever, and grit. Well, they all have the grit. They believe in that. So, whatever you believe in, that works.
Yes, it does.
Broncos, no Braden Skifstead, a senior captain, no Ezra McGonigal, and no Charlie Greenlee. Those are 3 starters, one on the offensive side with Greenlee and the other 2 starters on the both sides. And again, I'm not saying it had a big effect because the Rangers, I'm sure, are dealing with their issues as well. But the Broncos getting McGonigal back and Braden Skifstead and possibly Greenlee next week for the playoffs would go a long way for this Bronco football team.
Those are 3 big key players.
All right, I got an update. I don't know where Dwayne found this, but God bless him. Final score is Hinckley Finlayson 40, Mesabi East 26. So I'm now gonna say my prediction is set. The Broncos are going to be the number 3 seed. Hinckley Finlayson will be the 4. They can't jump the Falls because the Falls will have the tiebreaker because they beat Hinckley Finlayson. So the Broncos look like they'll have Tuesday off. Again, this is my prediction. Tuesday off, and then they're going to play down at CI in a couple of Saturdays on the 29th at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So last year, these 2 teams played the final regular season game, played in the first round of the playoffs in the quarterfinals. This year, it looks like they'll play in the semifinals. Stay tuned, everybody. Whether you're listening for the Rangers or the Broncos, we'll find out more tomorrow. Again, that will become official around noon. Thanks to George. Thanks to Dwayne. Thanks to Randy. Guys, we appreciate it.
Great year.
It was a fun regular season. Let's see if the Broncos can make a run in the playoffs. You've been listening to the Broncos and the Rangers right here on Skeeter 101.5 and Lakes Country 100.41. Good night from Sports Stadium as CI wins it by a final score of 47-30. You've been listening to Bronco Football on Lakes Country 104.1, and it has been brought to you in part by Lakes Gas, the Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Border Bank, the Falls Lumber Company, Nagurski Transportation, the Sports Shop, Northland Sales and Service,